Vale, chicos. Espérame tantito que aquí estoy haciendo algunas cositas, que aquí ya lo tengo todo preparado. Arroba Erwan. Y copiamos esto. Está ahí con un compañero desesperado diciéndole, tira ya. Ay, Dios mío, qué pasa a veces. Hola, Pinklow, muchas gracias por pasar directo, te agradezco mucho, muchas gracias. Hola, Paltro, hola, Eric, muchas gracias por pasar directo, te agradezco mucho, muchas gracias. Pinklow fue la primera, chicos. Tranquilos.
I'm all for
No hay que
work-life
volvernos
balance,
locos.
but I think this is pushing it.
Pero bueno, chicos. Hey, ¿cómo están, gente de YouTube? Aquí un nuevo directo para el canal. Eso es nosotros nuevamente en Genshin Impact. Y finalmente, después de muchísima espera, ya volvemos a tener otra misión del conte, que estoy muy emocionado, chicos. Ya quiero llorar porque finalmente lo tenemos. Pero sí, la sabemos que ya esté primero. A este vato se le fue la mano. Pero bueno, aquí está la misión legendaria de Siloren, pero creo que todavía no lo puedo hacer porque no he hecho esta madre. Pero bueno, chicos, vamos a ello.
I see.
Estoy emocionado,
Thank
chicos.
you so much. The Adventurers
Hace
Guild has been
un
overwhelmed
milisegundo
these
llegué.
days.
Bueno, en teoría vamos a decir que primero yo pruebo porque ella fue la primera que puso el primer mensaje. Así, todos contentos. A ver.
No worries at all. We've always valued the strength of adventurers.
Sí, con 5.1 te refieres a la actualización del juego que sí. Estamos en la versión 5.1, compañeros.
I'll send you the intel we've collected on the Abyss so far. Then we can take a look at how to coordinate our efforts.
All right. Thank you so much.
Llevaba esperando esto 40 días, chicos. Ya quería otra misión para hacer en directo. A ver, dígame, ¿qué pasó, Catherine?
You two have come just in time. I've got some good news. The Pyro Archon has finished assembling her forces and stationed them all across Natlan. Given how the Abyss has ramped up its activities lately, we can no longer afford to act only after
ya
receiving
déjenlo, o
news
sea,
of an invasion.
solo digamos de que todos llegaron rápido. Así déjenlo, no hay que hacer una discusión por esto, chicos. Todos ustedes llegaron bien rápido. Recibe ver malas noticias. ¿Qué pasó? El comentario se vio primero. Chicos, ya, dejen. No tiene nada de malo de quién llegó primero ni nada. Lo importante es que los tres están temprano. Punto final. Por favor. Se cayó Roblox. Oh, qué lástima. Bueno, tampoco es que yo estuviera pegado tanto al Roblox, la verdad.
So the Pyro Archon suggested that the Scions of the Canopy and the Adventurers Guild focus on collecting and disseminating intel. That way, we can stay informed of everything that's happening across the land. Once we receive word of enemy activity, we can notify the nearest camp and the stationed forces can take immediate action.
Eso mejorará mucho la capacidad de reacción.
Yes, precisely. This should also allow us to focus on gathering information, rather than running around and trying to tackle everything at once. So please also take a chance to relax, you two. You've been working hard these days, and this will be a good opportunity for some well-deserved rest.
So that's the plan! Whew, we can finally stop and take a break!
Sí, ¿para cuándo, Minecraft? Te quiero invitar a un clan en servidor de Minecraft. Ahora, señor Leon, pues, señor Leon, apenas vamos 4 minutos, así que todavía llegas temprano, no pasa nada. Pero bueno, pues yo juego Minecraft desde hace tiempo, pero que digamos que ahorita que lo estoy jugando, que tengo el personaje de Reload, tengo ahorita lo de Genshin Impact, tengo el Legends of Zelda Echoes Wisdom, tengo que hacer viernes y sábado directo de viernes Fortnite y sábado Bloodstrike, así que se me hace difícil. Yo soy el líder del clan, se llama Clan Condor. Condor. Está chido el nombre. Eso significa que estamos libres de la amenaza del abismo.
Paimon knows that! It's not like Paimon just wanted to lay here and do nothing!
The movements of the Abyss are always unpredictable. There have also been times when it suddenly became more active in the past. The people here generally see it as something like an acute natural disaster. Once the disaster is over, everyone will return to their normal lives. We just all hope that day will be sooner rather than later.
Oh, right. Most people have no idea just how bad the situation has gotten in the Night Kingdom.
Yo también espero que la paz llegue pronto.
Hey, Kachina?
Que peor
Are
con la
you
voz de
feeling better
Kachina.
now?
Por un momento pensé que me iba a pasar eso de que la computadora se iba a reiniciar, pero en el momento que habló Paimon, me quedé tranquilo, chicos. Oye, vi un video tuyo y pues te ves medio raro con barba. Ya sé, ¿verdad? Ya hay algunos que se acostumbraron a verme sin la barba o que esté muy cortita. Y ya ahorita ver un video mío con la barba así se ve algo raro, ¿eh? Pero bueno, chicos, ya probablemente ya no vayan a ver con ella, o sea, ya me la voy a estar cortando cada vez que vea que se está creciendo mucho, así que... Cachina, ya estás bien. Aquí le olvidaron poner la voz a Cachina. Esa es la mejor Cachina. Bueno, voy a tener que leer yo por el hecho de que no se note que tiene de barba. Sí, ahorita ya no tengo, o se me ve muy cortita. Pero bueno, voy a tener que dar yo la voz a la Cachina porque aquí al parecer los desarrolladores... No sé qué está pasando de por qué Cachina no está hablando. No sé si es porque hubo un error en la actualización. Y tronando las patas de pollo que tiene. Sí, estoy bien flaco yo. Pero bueno. No, chicos, me toca hacer la voz de Cachina. No sé qué pasó, un error de programación o probablemente se les olvidó poner la voz, pero bueno. Jeje, no creas que han llegado a mis oídos todas las cosas que han hecho. Con todo lo que han trabajado, está trabajando todo el mundo, yo también tengo que hacer algo. Ah, por cierto, Silare me contó que está a cargo de forjar un nombre antiguo para ti. Y me dijo que ya lo tenía listo, así que podemos ir a verla cuando quieran.
Wow! So we'll finally get to meet Shilonen, the legendary forger of ancient names! Paimon still can't believe anyone could forge those things.
El nuevo doblaje es peor que lo de España. Vaya, no hagas las voces. Déjame, yo quiero hacer las voces. Pues ella es una de las mejores artesanas. Además de nombres antiguos, también puede crear toda clase de cosas magníficas. Ni modo, se aguanta. Tiene tantos clientes que siempre hay que hacer mucha cola para que te atienda. Pero esta vez ha sacado tiempo para dedicarlo específicamente a forjar ese nombre antiguo. Pues tendremos que darle las gracias como ese video cuando los conozcamos. No, tu doblaje es peor que los de España. ¡Déjame! Ay, Dios mío. Creo que sí voy a leer de hablar porque en serio tengo la garganta hecha añicos ya por todo lo que he hablado hoy. Así que creo que sí les haré caso esta vez, pero nomás porque tengo la garganta hecha añicos. Y ya terminé de escribirlo como guerrera, así que solo me queda esperar. Si no tienen nada que hacer, ¿les parece si vamos a ver a Silaren? Supongo que no habrá problema si yo voy con ustedes, ¿no?
Hey, have some confidence in yourself, Kachina.
Pero
After all,
¿qué habrá
you're
pasado
already a
como
victor of the
para
Night
que
Warden
no
Wars.
hubiera... ¿Qué habrá pasado como para que no hubiera masacre y lo ves, no? Para que no hubiera voz para Cachina, o sea, ¿en serio se les habrá olvidado poner eso? Eres el orgullo de toda la nación. No llore, no llore. Ahora solo quiero acabar un agujero para meterme en él y llorar. Más allá del humo y los espejos. Vale, vale. Tenemos a la nueva 5 estrellas. Selonen. Tenemos a Shori también. Ya, mi compañero ya sacó. Presúmela. Mi compañero ya hablamos en Discord. Ahora deja con la visión. Es Ipa, chicos, así que en esta ocasión sí me gustaría estar solo. Horrible los personajes épicos que pusieron con los personajes. Creo que pudieron haber puesto mejor. Hizo un Goro o algo así. Hoy viene en vía contraria chocando hasta con el aire. ¿Qué pedo? Pero me dan ganas de ir por Shiori, chicos. Pero solo porque... Nada, mentira, estoy de chill. Muy bien. Pero bueno, me dan ganas de tirar por este personaje, pero... no quiero arruinar mi asegurado que tengo para Mavic, así que... aparte solo iría por lástima, o sea, solo la sacaría por lástima, así que tampoco tiene mucho sentido salir. Da un poquito de lag. A ver, aquí tengo algo. Dominios. Ah, ya tengo el máximo de llaves, ¿no? ¡Ay! Tengo uno para que Shock League. Tengo que ir a sacarlos. También por ahora no tengo nada más. En la mochila. Me quitaron la cámara, pero de todos ya ah, mira. Ahorita lo voy a usar, chicos, por el hecho de que necesitamos ir consiguiendo estas cosas. Tengo 3, con esta voy a tener 3. Así que... ¡joya! Habla con Silonen. Sí, soy mexicano, solo digo masacre y lo beso para burlarme de los demás doblajes. Tremendo lag, sí. Como el juego, como la actualización acaba de salir, va a ser muy normal que se vaya a ver un poco de lag. Ah, masacre y lo ves, ¿no? Ahí estamos a la Neko Geo. Creo que sería bueno intentar reiniciar el Genshin. Es la mejor. He aprendido un montón de cosas gracias a ella. Te juro que es digna de tener un hombre heroico.
Ah, yes, so I've heard. So young, and yet you've already got quite the reputation.
¿Por qué Kachira no tiene voz? El lago está a niveles astronómicos. Oiga, ¿qué pedo? ¿Por qué Kachira es la única que no tiene voz? ¿Se les olvidó los desarrolladores o qué?
Are you Outlanders?
Sí.
Yep, we're travelers who just arrived in Natland not too long ago.
Era
I mean, I was aware that you're travelers. It's just no one told me that you're Outlanders.
¿Cuántos mensajes se le vino a neutro de repente? Y la peor es que alcancé a leerlos. ¿No te lo dejo el
No,
arconte Pyro?
the only thing she said is that a new hero had pledged herself to the plan, but we need to forge an ancient name to ensure she'd be able to return safe and sound.
¿Qué le pasó al diablo? No
She
sé.
did mention that it would be quite difficult to forge an ancient name for them, but at the time, I thought she was just commenting on my skills. But I seem to understand where the true difficulty lies now.
Y lo que dije del server sí va en serio. Sí mostraré mi cara si Silver llega a los 1000 suscriptores. De nuevo, chicos, si quieren verle la cara a señor Leo, pues compártanlo, suscríbanse. Porque qué curioso, normalmente eso lo haría el youtuber, no un suscriptor, pero como yo cada rato ando mostrando mi cara, pues. Oye, mira lo que nos habilitó el modo streamer, ¿Te has
No,
enfadado?
I wouldn't go that far. I'm used to it, really. I just need a moment to process things. The Pyro Archon's requests are always difficult to fulfill, and we used to argue a lot. Honestly,
hago la
it's
chamba.
probably for the better that she didn't bring this up at the time.
Vaya.
Anyway, I can't argue with her if she isn't here, and it'd be pointless to take my anger out on someone else. But, just because I
Laura Spoiler, está guapo
understand
pa,
her
por lo
rationale
menos ya
doesn't
que
make me
quieres
any
mostrar
less
cara,
upset.
señor Leo.
After all, she must have known that forging an ancient name for an Outlander is an impossible task.
It's impossible?
As you probably know, an ancient name is a symbol of a hero's sparing glory, which grows even richer and heavier as generations of successors inherit it. We forge ancient names by engraving
No,
the
amigo,
heroic
estoy horrible,
deeds of
dice
an
el señor
individual
León.
who will become the first hero of that particular name.
Pues creo que ya he conseguido suficientes hazañas. Es verdad, te he visto el manual, su manual de aventurero y está lleno de hazañas. Son capaces de hacer cualquier cosa.
But they were all performed outside of Natlan, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Sí.
Then those deeds haven't been recorded by the Night Kingdom. To take it one step further, even if you had performed heroic deeds in Natlan, as an Outlander, your actions still wouldn't have been recorded by our lands. Only memories and experiences that have been acknowledged by the Wyab can be used as a basis for an ancient name. Even the greatest of craftsmen cannot create something out of thin air, you know. That's just how it is.
Natural,
Seems
pero
I
estoy
don't
medio
want
prieto.
just anyone
Ah,
to get a
estás
name,
prieto.
huh?
Mawika, of all people, should know better than anyone. Yet she's still entrusted the task of forging the ancient name to me.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Nobody's happy being asked to do the impossible.
Esto ya pasó antes, ¿no? Recuerda que la última vez te pusiste a correr alrededor de las montañas cercanas.
Ugh, don't remind me. Let's just focus on how we can pull this off.
You mean you're already willing to accept the task?
Well, what else can I do? What's happened is already done, and it's not like I can outright defy the order of my Archon.
Vaya.
If she gave me this order, then she believes the ancient name is an indispensable part of her plan, and that I'll be able to find a way to make it happen. In other words, the order is an affirmation of my abilities.
Whoa, not only has she accepted the task, but now she's looking for silver linings?
Supongo que eso demuestra lo bien que se entiende entre ellas. Sí, a ver si podemos encontrar algún modo de conseguirlo. Si de verdad no somos capaces, pues hablaremos con la corte de Pyro.
The key is getting the Wyab to somehow acknowledge the traveler's existence and record her heroic deeds.
We heard the voice of a Wyab when we were in the Night Kingdom before. We even had a whole conversation with her. If we can talk to her again, maybe we can figure something out together.
Well, every tribe has their own Wyab. How do we know if the one you met is indeed the best one for us to talk to?
Pues también. Sí,
Plus,
tienes razón.
considering the unprecedented nature of this situation, I have a feeling that the acknowledgement of one Wyab alone
Eso
would
significa que necesitamos el
probably not be
reconocimiento de 6 Guayop.
enough. I don't know. That requires a level of knowledge that I do not possess. We need to find a consultant who's an expert on all things Night Kingdom and Wyab. The first person that comes to mind is Citlali at the
Así que
Masters
vamos
of
a
the
ir a ver a
Nightwind.
Citlali. No
The
esperaba
one
que
we
fuéramos a verla
call
tan rápido.
Granny Eatstali.
Oh, we've heard that name before. We used her spirit speaker's stone to find Kachina's ancient name. A person who can make something like that must be pretty impressive. Paimon's sure she'd be able to
Still, she's older now and quite eccentric. It's hard to even book a meeting with her, given that she's constantly holed up in her room and doesn't like to be disturbed. I've heard that to get her help, you have to be extremely patient with her and know how to keep her spirit up.
Ay, Dios.
I hate to break it to you, but...
No nos conocemos y ya nos odia.
Huh. Why is that? I mean, didn't she already help you before? And you even
no.
managed to save Kachina.
Well, yeah. At the cost of her spirit speaker stone being split into two.
Vaya. Volvió a la locura neutral. ¿Eh? Ya con eso valimos. Siempre ignoro mis mensajes de directos. No sé por qué. No sé, porque quizás dices muchas cosas por no hablar.
Great going,
Ahora,
Marika.
Neutra, muchas gracias
We're
por
already
ser
off to a
directo. Te
rocky
agradezco mucho.
start
Muchas
here.
gracias.
In that case, I guess your only option is to try to emphasize that this is an important order from the Pyro Archon. Hopefully, Citlali would still want to show respect to the Archon. I'll also write you a letter on your behalf. If you can find someone to deliver it and mention some
Sí,
good
pero
things
otras
about
veces,
you,
otras veces
then
nomás
that
las
should
leo,
help too.
Gohan. O sea, sí las leo, pero en ciertas ocasiones, como no sé qué decirte, prefiero no responder nada que decir una tontería. Puedo pedírselo a Kinich. Es el más al corriente que está de todo y la agua de Citlali ya lo conoce.
Paimon sure hopes a Hal won't interrupt when he's talking, though.
All right, Kanich is a seasoned negotiator. I trust that he'll know the best things to say. Please just give me a moment to write the letter, and we can meet up
Yo
near
qué
the
sé.
Statue of the Seven later.
Sounds good. We'll take a stroll in the meantime.
¿Y cómo estás, bro? Yo estoy bien. Todo bien, todo bien. Muchas gracias por preguntar, compañero. Porque hay un pyróculo que no he podido recoger. Espérame, ahí está. No entiendo por qué no lo he recogido. A ver, con permiso, que se tiene que recoger esa wea.
Incoming.
Y me refiero a Silver, sí. Ya ves que ni yo entiendo lo que digo, chicos. Sí, ¿para cuándo el Dragon Ball Sparking Zero? No sé, sí sé que acaba de salir hoy, pero nunca me llamó la atención. Kinich tampoco tiene voz. Hola de nuevo, Kachina ya me ha puesto al corriente. De paso aprovecharé para explicar lo ocurrido con la roca espiritista.
I'm sorry to put this on you, Kanich. It's just that you're probably the only person who knows how to deal with her.
famosísimo Genshin Impact. Salió ayer. ¿Salió ayer? Ah, pues mira, peor estoy todavía. No pasa nada, al fin y al cabo todos estamos trabajando para el plan del arconte Pyro y todos los que estamos aquí sabemos lo complicado que están las
Oh,
cosas.
wait, so Kachina and the Traveler also know about the plan?
Pero ahí me voy a dormir temprano en media hora, me voy. Vale, compañero, no te preocupes. Sí, porque todos vimos a un héroe del pasado aparecer ante nuestros ojos, y luego Morales dijo que de repente un montón de recuerdos y conocimientos entraron en su cabeza. El arconte Pyro nos lo explicó a todos cuando regresamos, tanto la razón por la que apareció aquel héroe como en el estado actual del Reino de la Noche.
Right. She
Se
mentioned
prendió
there are
String,
6 heroes and that Shilonen is one of 4 that have already
cocaínomano.
been acknowledged.
¿Qué? ¿Y por qué no ahora? Yo qué sé. ¿Cierto? Ok.
Oh, well, then I suppose there's no need to keep any secrets between us. Having companions walk by your side is perhaps the best solace when facing.
Ah, y otra cosa, ya hemos identificado a la persona que rescató a Capitán en la arena Sacrofuego. Es un hombre de los hogares viento nocturno llamado Ororon. Sin embargo, ha pasado casi toda su vida viviendo solo en la naturaleza, lejos de su tribu. Es por eso que nadie de su tribu notó su ausencia hasta que un día Citlay se dio cuenta de que hacía tiempo que no sabía nada de él.
Seat Lolly knows him too?
Sí, Ororon es huérfano, la criaron el jefe de los hogares viento nocturno y otras personas de buen corazón en su tribu. Sin embargo, tengo entendido de que desde pequeño ya era un poco raro. Chicos, si viene un Discord tiene talento. ¿En serio quieren que hacer un Discord tiene talento? Yo no tengo ningún problema con hacerlo. Solo necesitaría buscar a los jueces.
Given how the Masters of the Nightwind love to babble about dreams and revelations, they're already a pretty strange bunch to most. I've never met Auroran, but if they consider him the odd one, he's got to be pretty far out there.
Sí, de hecho Ororon y Citlali se llevan bien porque tienen eso en común.
Makes sense. But Paimon wonders how Seat Lolly could be the first one to notice Auroran's disappearance if she spends the whole day in her room.
Desconocemos qué pasó exactamente con él, ya que no sabemos si se unió a los Fatuis voluntariamente o si alguien lo obligó. Seguro que Citlali está haciendo demostrar que Ororon no es un traidor, así que aprovecharé eso para sacarle el tema.
Oh, so if I'm
Sirve si
following,
adivino
you mean we'll
cuánto
help her
tú me di
investigate
o estoy
Auroran
cerca
and
de
the
tú
captain's
decir
whereabouts.
Oni-chan. Ok, está bien, puedes intentar adivinarlo. Ciber, dijo Ciber, si adivino cuánto mides o si estoy cerca de decirlo, o si estoy cerca, yo debo decir esa palabra que viene ahí. Aunque ya la mencioné por accidente, así que... Así es, si a todos les parece muy buena la idea, entonces en vez de una solicitud unilateral, esto se convierte en una colaboración beneficiosa para todos. Aunque no creo que si Citlali descate una orden procedente del Arconte Pyro, trabajar con nosotros ayudará a concentrarse en lo importante y no distraerse en lo ocurrido con Auroron. A mí me parece bien.
Yeah. Plus, we kind of owe her one anyway to make up for breaking the spirit speaker's
Ojalá en
spell.
serio me dijo que no te quiere. ¿Cuándo dije eso?
Ah, this
Yo
is
nunca
a
dije eso,
pretty
no
well
pongas
thought out
palabras de mi
plan,
boca.
as expected of Molly Poke Nietzsche.
Un plan muy bien pensado como que habría de esperar de que inicie Malipo. Bueno, me voy, casi no me gusta Genshin. Muy bien, compañero, no te preocupes, tío Leo. Muchas gracias por haberte pasado directo, te agradezco mucho, muchas gracias. Hola Mario, muchas gracias por pasar directo, te agradezco mucho, muchas gracias.
Then, yeah, I'll leave my letter to you. Let's hope Seat Lolly can meet at the stadium in
Dentro de
2
2
days.
días. Se lo llevaré enseguida. Siempre supe que no le agradaba decir, pero ya me lo confirmaron. Ay, Gohan, y tú haciéndoles caso. Luego, cuidado, Kinitz. Yo también me voy, aún tengo que guardar y recoger algunas cosas.
Okay, then let's part ways for now. I'll see you in a couple of days.
Vale, chicos, voy a hacer algo. Voy a hacer algo, chicos. Espero un tantito. Voy a ver. ¿Quién te confirmó, Han? A ver, espérame. Voy a reiniciar el Genshin. A ver si ese es un problema. Porque si es problema de eso, entonces sí. Entonces no era mío el problema. A ver, espérame un tantito. Voy a reiniciarlo. Si ya a partir de aquí sigue sin escucharse las voces tanto de Kinitz y Kachina y presumo que también va a pasar con Walani, entonces ya es problema de que la misión vino con errores, o sea, de que la actualización vino con falta de paquetes de voz. A ver, espérame, ahí va. Ah, más Gohan. Pues mira, por ahí, por lo que ustedes han puesto. Vale, una vez hecho eso, ¿qué pasa? Espera hasta la mañana de dentro de 2 días. Hasta la mañana de dentro de 2 días. Sí, más o menos por ahí mido. Mido un poquito, un poco más de 1.87. No, ahorita no les puedo configurar mi idea. O sea, mido entre 1.87 y 1.90. Ahorita no les puedo configurar mi idea por el hecho de que ya no recuerdo la última vez que me medí. Ah, sí, me dijeron que esperen la mañana. Esto es madrugada. Esto ya es mañana. Hasta la mañana de dentro de 2 días. ¿Y qué hora es eso? A ver, voy a hacer eso otra vez. Ya pues, si te escuché diciendo Nichan. Bueno, ahí dice, ¿cuándo te...? ¿Qué pedo, Gohan? Especifica. Vale, pues, o sea, yo lo digo así normal. Oni-chan. Ya, a mí no me van a escucharlo decir de una manera rara. Yo solo lo voy a decir así, Oni-chan. A ver, según yo estoy en la mañana. A ver, vamos a ir avanzando poquito a poquito y que nos vaya confirmando el juego. Ahí está, Dios, me cago en todo. Las 6 de la mañana ya es de mañana.
The sun is out. Our work's done for the day.
Silonen, ya volví.
Hey, Shilonen, how's everything going?
Oh, hi, Traveler and Paimon. I have bad news. See, Lolly did not reply to our request. Although, I suppose I'm not too surprised.
Huh? You mean she didn't even bother to give Kenichi a response? Guess she really does have quite the ego then.
No, eso no es justo.
Yeah,
Tenía
well,
que
she
ser
can
así
be
como voz de
also
una
quite
china.
eccentric.
¿Quieres
though
que haga con la
she's
voz
one
de
of the
una
most
china?
gifted people around. Even the
o
Masters
algo
of the
así.
Night went often struggle to work with her. My
A ver, ¿quieres que
guess
lo haga
is
con
that
la
she
voz que suele
probably
hacer
has
para
other reasons
hablar
for not
como
pinging us
mona
with
china?
response. But
El
let's
hora
go to
es
the stadium
XD.
and see if we can meet
El
her
problema es
there.
que ahorita tengo
If
la
we do
garganta
get a chance
seca,
to
lo
talk to
siento
her
mucho, no puedo
person, we can
hacerlo.
still try to work something out.
That's true. Let's go!
Si tuviera aquí un vaso de agua lo haría, pero estoy en directo, así que tengo que levantarme. A ver, chicos, primero que nada, estoy viendo información de que la Silonen sí está muy rota, así que quiero ir a probarla. Saca el clip de este momento. No, necesitaría un vaso de agua. Y no tengo aquí un vaso de agua a mi disposición. No se muera. A ver. Sé que va patinando y es muy divertido este personaje. O sea, patina. ¿Qué es este, mano doble? ¿O es espada ligera? ¿Es espada ligera? Sí, es espada ligera. Si es como vos de una china y toma agua o toma saliva. Nada de excusas. A ver, espérame. Uy, vamos a probar esto. Ay, qué chido se mueve. Y también escala, chicos. ¡Que no se muera! A ver, se me pasó. Ahí está.
Leave me alone. Let's do this then!
Pues quita un daño bastante considerable pensando de que este personaje no es DPS,
Or get blown away!
better.
Strike like stone!
Bring
Yes,
it.
you are. After all.
Saca tu voz para ir que tienes. No se puede ver por debajo de las faras, el juego lo censura, así es. Vamos compañeros, peleen.
No, my sword.
Ah, genial, tenías que hacer esa huevada.
Let me weave you a verse. Time for your arraignment. Incinerate. Let engraved
Vamos con
names
todo.
echo.
Vámonos. Ay, qué pedo.
Rain outlines your fate.
Nice and spicy.
Bring it. Hear the echoes
Vámonos.
of the valley. All right.
Ay, ¿cuántos de ellos están saliendo?
Let engraved names echo. Witness the power of Guhua.
No se puede ver, quiero decirme cómo es un... prefiero evitar decir eso, gracias. Vale, ¿dónde más quedan? A ver, tomamos esto, si es que lo alcanza la morra. Ay, mira, también hace descendentes con eso.
Let me weave you a verse. Rain outlines
Ahora
your
sí,
fate.
volvemos a los golpes.
Hear the echoes of the valley.
Un 14.000, qué pedo. Se supone que no es tu trabajo hacer daño. Vale, vale. Reclamamos esto. Sí, el personaje se ve bastante bien, la verdad, Ya sería difícil armarlo a DPS, pero no es imposible armar a DPS. Pero como yo no estoy interesado en ese personaje. Ya tengo un compañero que fue por ahí, así que... Yo no me voy a preocupar por sacarla. Así que sí voy a tener su TikTok y eso. Muy bien, ahora sí, probado eso, vámonos acá. Vamos a ver si de casualidad sigue trabada o lo que son las voces de Kachina y Kinitz. No sé yo, ni yo lo sé. No me pregunto. Se lag. Una persona masculina con rasgos femeninos que se viste como una mujer y no parece hombre. En sí un hombre que tiene muchos rasgos femeninos o algo así. Me sorprende lo bien que lo explicó Gohan sin decir nada
Paimon
funable,
doesn't see anybody. Seems she's just not gonna show up, huh?
Te felicito, Gohan. O sea, lo explicaste de una manera muy correcta y sin ofender a nadie,
Well, we tried
Gracias
to be
por
as
hacerlo por mí.
considerate as we could, but she's under no obligation to help.
That might be true, but this is still a request from the Pyro Archon, right? Shouldn't the subject always answer the call of their Archon?
A subject? Well, if you ask me, I'd say we're all more like friends with the Archon. Yes, Mawika is our leader, but that doesn't mean there's any kind of tall barrier between us and her. The only thing is that she often has very high expectations of us.
Ya lo hemos visto.
So even though she's super powerful, it sounds like she's actually pretty down to earth and easy to get along
Pues
with.
no necesariamente,
Unlike that
Paltrow.
old hag
No
Granny
necesariamente.
Easterly, right? Does she think she can ignore us just because she's famous?
Y ya valiste madre.
She's some kind of huge deal. Seriously, if she didn't want to come, she could at least let us know. If that's what aging does to you, Paimon never wants to get old.
Bye.
Oh, really? So, that's how you see me?
Huh? Who's there? Who's talking next to Paimon?
Oh,
Sit,
don't
Lali.
mind me. I'm just a disgruntled old hag, right? Come on, relax.
No parece anciana.
I'm sure my bark's worse than my bite.
Huh? See, Lolly.
Wait, you're Seat Lolly? You're Granny Eatstly?
Yes, Granny Eatsley. But emphasis on Eatsley, not Granny.
Se ve muy
Oh,
joven
you
para
must
ser
know this
vieja.
trope from light novels, surely. They use it all the time. The young man who's actually the oldest person in the room. The girl next door who turns out to be a seasoned veteran. The wise... Oh, wipe that look off your face! You've seriously never seen an older lady that doesn't look her age? Okay, well, don't go thinking it's a trick either. See? I'm barely wearing any makeup.
Se ve demasiado joven.
I forget
¿Cuántos
to
años
mention,
tiene?
She's called Granny, but she's actually pretty young.
Y luego te quejas de que el arconte padre se le olvida decir algunas cosas. Pues no manches, o sea, solo le dice la abuela, pero si es muy joven ya se vería raro.
It was an honest mistake. I guess we've just gotten used to it.
Paimon, sorry. So, how old are you?
No que le preguntes a una dama cuál es su edad.
How dare you!
Y lo que les dije, lo que les dije.
Paimon really didn't mean to offend you. It's just that your case seems really unique. Oh, Paimon just wanted to apologize, but now she's putting more and more of her foot in her mouth. Really, Paimon just got a little mad since we thought, well, you were gonna leave us out to dry.
It was my idea to invite you here, Seat Lolly. So if you're upset, you can just take it out on me.
All right. I was only joking. I didn't mean to chastise anyone. There's really no need to take all this so seriously. If anything,
Esa
I'm gonna
borra me
feel
recuerda un
awkward
poco
if
a
we keep
Yamiko.
this
¿Qué
going.
visión tiene? Es una visión crayo.
I received Kenichi's letter and was planning to attend this meeting. Since I had already decided to come, I figured there was no need to draft a reply that
Pues sí,
simply
no se
said,
equivoca. Lo importante es que vino.
"Understood." Besides, just showing up is the most important part. No? But, of course, it's also natural for people to get held up by one thing or another as they're trying to leave the house. It certainly was a bit awkward to see that everyone else had arrived before me. At first, I was thinking of quietly sneaking over, but since you were already here waiting for me, I started to think about how I should phrase my apology. Only to
¡Ay,
hear
los
you all talking
ojos!
smack about me.
Me encantan sus ojos. Me encantan. Todos los personajes de Atlan tienen expresiones así de meme. La cachina tiene la cara de sorpresa, la Morelli tiene el humo, el Kinis tiene lentes con el de este de fiesta. La Sirene no me acuerdo qué tiene, pero ella... ¡Ah! ¡Qué adorable!
Anyway, that's the whole story. Honestly, it's not like I owed you an explanation
Ahí está un
anyway.
chiste negros. No me gustan los chistes negros, muchas gracias.
What's with that expression? Was she feeling embarrassed just now?
Estoy esperando a que digamos algo. Todo lo que he dicho parecía una broma, pero en esa sesión no es que es más educado reírme o no
When the
hacerlo.
Masters of the Night Wind say they struggle dealing with her. I wonder if the feeling is mutual. She seems to be...
Anyway, Shilonen, I heard that you require my help in crafting an ancient name.
Correct. The situation isn't like anything we've handled before.
Sí, ¿de qué?
I see. So Mauika has asked you to forge an ancient name for an Outlander. Well, that would be a first. And you've also heard all about Auroron. I must say, he's always been a good kid. I can't see him joining the Fatui of his own volition. He must have been coerced somehow.
Solo lo sabremos si lo encontramos.
Yeah, that's what we came here to ask you. We'll help bring Auroron back if you help us solve the problems of forging the ancient name. What do you think?
I suppose I'll just call you Traveler for now. Traveler, come here. Let me take a good look at you.
Por mi nombre de pila. La viajera tiene nombre de pila.
Wealth leads to unending conflicts between people. Yet you alone transcend the value of gold. Baleful thunder and wrathful waves bring terror to mortal hearts. A weary yet free soul, even the most verdant leaf in the forest, will pray for your happiness and safe passage.
Perdón, ¿qué significa todo eso?
Those are all the things that I could see in you. You've experienced far more than even most mortals could dream of. You possess the heart of a sincere hero, along with the conviction to lift a Huh? Don't move. There's something here.
Huh? What thing? Don't scare Paimon. Is the traveler gonna be okay?
Tranquila.
Ah, shoo!
Sopla.
That should do it. You've just returned from the Night Kingdom, so some fragments of souls were still stuck to your body. No need to worry. I've just cleared out the last of them.
Isn't that kinda like having part of a ghost come back with you?
It's nothing
Vaya
as
por
serious
Dios.
as that. If left unattended, the most it could do is stir up some chaos in your mind, and generally worsen your mood.
Well, in that case, better to get rid of them.
Gracias.
It was nothing. Shilonen, let's follow your proposal. Once you've brought Auroran back, I'll take you to see the Lord of the Night.
Muy bien, vamos a ver qué
The
tal.
Lord of the Night? But don't we need to talk to the Wyab of the tribes?
Something this important is beyond their jurisdiction. Only the Lord of the Night can decide whether we can grant an ancient name to one who does not hail from our lands. The Lord of the Night is an ancient entity that rules over the entire Night Kingdom, constantly borrowing the power of the sacred flame to combat corrosion from the abyss.
Oh, so you're basically saying it's even more powerful than the Wyab of the tribes. Well, that sort of makes sense, being the lord of the entire Night Kingdom and all.
Not exactly. It's not so much that one's more powerful than the other. But never mind. Just listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. The Lord of the Night is currently in a deep slumber, and we can only communicate with its consciousness while in a trance. But I will need to prepare a few more things if we are to hold a ceremony to achieve the state of the trance. I'll make a list.
I can go. It'll probably be a long list, so better leave it to someone who knows all the local vendors.
Muy bien, gracias, Ilana. De
Then
todos modos, no había nadie más
Wally
ahí.
to track down Auroran.
No había nadie más ahí como para pedir ayuda con algo.
The Fatui are nothing to scoff at, so please, be careful during your investigation. If you need any help, just come find me.
Yep, we'll be sure to play
O
it
sea, no tengo ningún problema con encontrar a los Fatois. Tengo un problema con encontrar con Capitano. Capitano sí es peligroso para la viajera.
All right, now it's time for us to catch that brat and bring him back. I'm sorry I made you wait
En
earlier.
fin, ¿vieron todo
It was
el lío
actually
que
because I
se está
decided
haciendo
to
con el
swing
caso
by
de las
Auroran's
fiestas de
place
Didi?
to look for clues.
No sé qué pasó. Cuéntame, Gohan, ilumíname.
He has always lived alone, and I found a broken jar in his house. There was also something off about his phlogiston aphids, and interestingly enough, I saw some slash marks in the house that did not match any of our local weapons.
Entonces,
My
Auroran
guess is they were left by Snezhnaya arms.
estará obligado a ayudar.
Oh, sounds like the Fatui broke into his house and took him hostage.
But why would they kidnap a kid who just spends his days living in the country and raising aphids? He's only in his 20s. What would they want? That's not to say that I believe he's totally innocent, of course. Since he's the only one who was kidnapped out of everyone in Natlan, he must have done something to attract their attention. In any case,
Pues yo no me
we'll
había
get to the
enterado
bottom of
nada de
this
eso, la
once we
verdad.
manage to get him back here. I'm truly sorry to put you two through all this trouble with me. But please help me get him back.
You can
Muy
count
bien.
on us.
Déjalo en nuestras
All
manos.
right, then let's start by heading to where Auroran was seen last.
Nombres nobles. A ver, ¿para dónde vamos? Para allá. Ya vi que el lag solo pasa cuando me teletransporto. ¿Qué pedo con esos? O sea, Gohan, sí te estoy leyendo, pero prefiero, debo evitar mencionarlo. Si puedes decirlo de una manera más discreta, te lo agradecería mucho. Ay, Dios mío, ya veo que feo se está poniendo el mundo. Sí, algo de delay tiene. Bueno, hasta donde yo veo solo tiene como 5 segundos, así que... Bueno, no, ya estoy viendo que sí tiene un poquito más. Eso ya no sé cómo resolverlo, chicos. Ah, el delay, ya sé que puede provocar el delay, ahora que lo pienso. Ay, Dios mío, pues ¿qué está pasando con este mundo, la verdad?
An eyewitness claimed to have seen Auroron speaking to some Fatui soldiers here. I don't know how much you're willing to believe me, but Auroron really is a good kid. I see no reason why he'd suddenly get involved with a Fatui. I'm convinced that what the witnesses saw was actually the Fatui coercing him. However, I doubt anyone would believe me, given there are no signs of a fight.
Chicos, si están notando mucho delay es debido a Genshin Impact. El juego, mi computadora está tratando de procesar tanto el directo como el juego, así que pido disculpas si ven que el delay es un poco más de lo normal. Nos dijo Chris que Citlali era súper conocida en Atlan. Es extraño verla tan frustrada y desesperada. ¿Podrías hablarnos un poco más de él?
Auroron?
Si me sale, si me le declaro la que me gusta. Muy bien, Real Chuy. Tengo una amiga que ya le salió y yo no voy a tirar por ella. Pero sí van a ver un TikTok y un short por mi parte. Por el hecho de que un compañero, como digo, un compañero la consiguió y ya me dijo que sí me lo iba a prestar para hacer una build. Pero te deseo suerte. O sea, mucha suerte en tus tiradas, compañero. Yo no voy por Silonen. Mucha suerte, que te salga y... ¡que viva el amor!
He learned a lot from us. And once he reached adulthood, he built himself a house out in the countryside. He spends most of his days growing vegetables and raising aphids, living off of what he harvests from the garden. He's always been such a good kid. He would even get his friends to deliver whole bags of fresh produce to my place.
Visto así, de verdad que no parece mala persona.
Oh well, let's keep looking. He can answer all of our questions once we find him. He's been raising phlogiston aphids for a long time, and since they were disturbed, they secreted a special type of phlogiston. Me retiro porque ando en el gimnasio, solo vine a manifestar. Muy bien, Recho, y que te vaya bien en el gimnasio. Y mucha suerte con las tiradas de Silonen. Si haces tus tiradas y todavía ves en directo, pásate para decirme cómo te fue. Let's follow the
muchas gracias por haberte pasado. Buena suerte.
Huh? What trail? Paimon does...
Oh, right. I forgot your eyes don't naturally perceive such things. Here, give me your hand.
Ah, Citlali es Crayo, ok. Si divertido, novio o quedarte. Mira, la situación va bastante tranquila, todavía no puedo garantizarles nada, así que por si acaso me quedo callado.
How about now?
What do you see?
Pues qué feo se está poniendo el mundo, Gohan, en serio, qué feo se está poniendo el mundo.
Whoa, Paimon can see it now too!
That's right. I used a spell to temporarily transfer a portion of my senses to you. For a short while,
ahora
you'll be
nosotros
able
podemos
to
ver el
see the
flojisto.
phlogiston too.
Perfecto.
Wow, you can even share your senses with us? First time Paimon...
It requires a very rare spell that most people aren't adept at. But don't worry, it's a cinch for me. Between the two of you, it seems the Traveler's senses are a bit stronger than Paimon's.
Sí, es mujer, Paltrow, sí es mujer. No soy gay, por Dios santo bendito. Hay más implicados entre ellos, Beyonce. Pues yo no sé qué decirte, Gohan, o sea, tendría que averiguar más el tema para poder opinar algo, pues. Pero yo no me suelo meter en ese tipo de cosas.
When I held your hand just now, I could sense that you've got a great affinity for phlogiston. You're extraordinarily gifted. Anyway, we'll need to use our vision now to track down Auroron. Good luck, you two.
Gracias, sí, nos vemos.
Here, this way! Seat Lolly might say a lot of deep and confusing stuff, but this spell of hers is really something.
What was that?
Es como te digo, Hoja, no
What
sé
does
cómo
she
qué
mean
decirte
by
de este tipo de
deep and
ocasiones.
confusing? As far as elderly shamans go, I'd say that I'm already pretty easy to talk to. Is there any other old hag who's as fluent in the language of the youth as me? But is my way of speaking still not trendy enough? I've already tried my best to match their speech patterns. But given the looks on their faces just now... Or perhaps I'm still not fashionable enough? But that can't be, right? Don't tell me
Cómo se
they're still
esfuerza por
getting the
aparentar
impression that
la
I'm super
Citlali, cómo se esfuerza
old-fashioned.
por aparentar. Pero bueno. Creo que acabo de escuchar una voz, pero espera, no ha sido por los oídos, ha sido en mi
Was
mente.
that Seat Lolly's voice?
Parece que Paven también la ha escuchado, pero tiene cara de haber caído en la cuenta de algo. Claro, debe ser un efecto secundario del hechizo. Entiendo, entiendo. Pues bueno, Hoja, en serio, yo ya no sé qué decirte sobre ese tema, o sea, es demasiado oscuro para mí. Sí, recuerdo la operación Cóndor se llevó a cabo en diversos países de LATAM que se unieron con Estados Unidos. No, nunca había escuchado de eso.
Now that I think about it, it's a good thing I found some helpers this time.
Se está conectando por medio de sus pensamientos. Wow, es genial. Desde luego la fama de Citlali le precede.
Oh? They appear to be feeling quite confident. Looks like our work will go smoothly.
Así es, nosotros lo conseguiremos. Parece que Citlali no se da cuenta que lo estamos escuchando. Y a causa de
Hey, looks like
eso...
there's a new camp over there.
Entiendo, Faltro. Pues
Yeah,
no había
judging
escuchado de
by
eso hasta
Paimon's
ahorita.
experience as a guide, it definitely looks like people set up camp here.
Wait. The phlogiston here is a bit odd. Let me see.
Paimon sees a small shape here. Could it be some...
This is a distress signal for the Masters of the Night Wind. Only someone from our tribe would recognize it. So Auroron was indeed being
Me
threatened.
alegro de que no sea malo al final.
We've got to find him. Fast. Leaving such a subtle mark implies that he was trying to be discreet. In other words, he
Mira,
was probably
es
under the
esto. O de
fatigue's
verdad
watch.
está en peligro, Auroron de verdad está en peligro, o está dirigiéndonos a una trampa. Estamos con Citlali, pero no sabemos qué tan buena es peleando Citlali. Es de Natlan, lo que significa que es probable que sí sea muy buena peleando,
If
pero
they notice us, we can just charge
no
and
sabemos si
inflict them
será
to death.
con la viajera y ella sea suficiente para enfrentar a
What if my
Capitano.
darling grandson is also there? I can't have him caught in the crossfire.
Chicos, sé que el tema está muy interesante, pero eviten decir ese tipo de cosas porque recuerden que en el directo se ve el chat, así que por favor les pido que eviten decir ese tipo de cosas. La capíbara, no sabía.
No, I've got to be careful. Otherwise he'd get hit as well.
Nos quiere dirigir una
How
trampa, dice
annoying.
Paltrow.
No, I've got to stay calm and keep my composure.
A ver qué está. Vamos a ver si es verdad que nos dirigen una trampa o de verdad está en peligro, porque en serio, a mí me está dejando flipando esto. Sigue avanzando e investigando.
Don't blink! There are traces of people
¿Para
staying
cuándo un
here
Silent Hill
too.
2 Remake? No sé,
Wait
ya
a
veré.
second. The phlogiston around here is jumbled up. I can also smell a mix of elements in the air. Pyro, electro, and some other elements as well.
Ya mires esta,
Nietzsche told us that you were super amazing. No wonder you can sense so many more things than us.
It's about time that little brat said something nice about me. There are signs of a struggle here. Judging from what's left on the scene, there must have been a fight. But after that, the factions seem to have gone their separate ways. Both the phlogiston and the elemental traces in the air support that.
Vale, chicos, fue un gusto haber estado aquí y sí, ver el canal de Astro recargado. Él te dará contexto y te lo comerá sin pretexto. Ok. Sí, ¿qué pasó con el Persona 2? Si lo terminas el Persona 2, Persona 3. No tenerlo terminado ahorita, lo tengo pauseado la serie. Por el hecho de que tengo muchas cosas más que hacer. Probablemente empiece, a partir de la próxima semana empiece a jugar un día The Legends of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom y otro día Persona 3 Reload. Todavía no estoy seguro de cómo va a proceder eso, pero de que si vamos a seguir con Persona 3 Reload, sí vamos a seguir. Bien. Algo que sí me deja rayado es que en la última parte de la misión, adiós Gohan, que te vaya bien, nos vemos, que te vaya buena noche. Algo que sí me dejó rayado es que cuando cuando se estaba terminando la misión de la 5.0, Ororon aparecía hablando con Capitano. O sea, no parecía como que le estuvieran forcejeando y todo eso.
Do you still remember the little mark we found before? Paimon's thinking, what if Auroron wanted to leave another distress signal?
Sí, Clary parece preocupada. Lo cierto es que a juzgar por la señal de socorro, por algún motivo alguien debió de coaccionar a Auroron, y viendo la diferencia numérica dudo mucho que él hubiera podido con ellos.
Given there are 2 signals leading from here, we should split up as well.
Me preocupa un poco si Clary.
I'll take this direction.
Bye, bye,
and
bye.
leave the other one to you. Let's.
Me preocupa Citlali, en serio, por el hecho de que no sabemos qué tan fuerte es.
Auroron, what the heck were you doing? It's one thing to trouble me, but now I had to bring other people
Condenado
into
le
this as
dijo,
well.
qué pedo.
Oh, you little.
And off she goes.
Ya se fue.
Traveler, did you hear all of that as well?
Sí.
Once Citlali left, that voice went away as well. Paimon even tried calling her name inside Paimon's head, but there was no response.
¿Será que no sirve para
So
comunicarse?
you were thinking the same thing. Paimon also thought that if we could hear what she was thinking, then she could probably also hear what we were thinking in our
Parece que
heads.
Citlali no notó nada raro.
She did say that she was quite adept at this spell, and it doesn't sound like she's had any trouble with it in the past. Huh, maybe we're a special case and can hear her thoughts as a side effect. If you think about it, she's really got a lively inner world. It paints quite a different picture from Paimon's first impression.
Citlali es una persona que no sabe cómo estar con la gente, o sea, no sabe mucho de socializar, pues.
Paimon sees some traces here. Let's follow them and see if we can find anything up ahead.
A ver, ¿qué tenemos aquí? Sí, tengo un amigo que Genshin, un amigo que Genshin y a de Battle Cats, un amigo que juega Genshin y de Battle Cats. Yo también juego mucho de Battle Cats. Aquí hay rastros de
Did you
flogisto,
find
pero
something?
he encontrado rastros de flogisto, pero aquí acaban.
Huh. So we can't tell where Auroron might have gone from here. That's weird. The phlogiston trail suddenly stops. We can't make anything of these footprints either. But he can't have just evaporated into thin air, right? We know.
Paimon tiene razón, todo esto es muy extraño y además.
So, you can hear the sounds of the wind from beneath the earth.
Así que aquí está. ¿Quién ha hablado? Uy, como que mandé un comentario incompleto, no pasa nada. ¿Dónde nos llevó esta vez? El reino de la noche, ¿cómo he llegado hasta aquí? Ahí está Auroron.
I'm very sorry, but please do not move. I have no desire to hurt you. I apologize that our first meeting has to take place like this. It's just that you're much like one of those animals with ears that perk up as soon as it's sent. And given your combat proficiency, I would not have been able to gain an advantage over you if you were anywhere else in the world. However, You're now in the Night Kingdom, a familiar domain to the masters of the Night Wind. Hello, traveler. I'm Auroron, the one you've been searching for.
Se me hace muy padre eso de que te haga colores, ojos de colores diferentes, ¿saben? ¿Qué significa todo esto? ¿Has conseguido escapar de los Fatuis?
The Fatui's custody. I see. So even Granny has told you that I was coerced by the Fatui. I'm afraid you've been brought
No,
here
sí
by a
sabía de
lie,
que él sí estaba
like a
trabajando con los
false omen
Fatuis, o
in
sea,
the lingering
el
smoke.
final de la misión
My
pasada
friend and
era
I
demasiado
only
raro.
left those traces to lure you here. Deceiving you was never our true intent, however. It was simply
Hola, Calistro, muchas gracias por pasar directo, te lo agradezco mucho, muchas gracias. Oye, espérense tantito, aquí ya algo importante, capitano.
Greetings, traveler from afar.
Be careful with this traveler. Her soul is temporarily restrained by us, and it appears to have become more fragile in the process. It's taking all my concentration to hold on to her.
Todo bien, Calistro, todo bien, ¿y tú cómo estás?
Tasked Auroron with leaving the traces to lead you here, and I who used the Master's ritual to bring your soul to the Night Kingdom.
Como que trabajaban
I've
juntos.
heard much about you from the past encounters you've had with my colleagues. Given the present situation in Natlan, I would like to sincerely request a formal meeting with you. In person, I will use the opportunity to explain my goals and motivations to you, as well as why I mistrust Malwika, the Pyro Archon. I believe there is little reason for you to blindly follow her plan. If you would like to hear our intel, then find us to the east of the stadium. But remember, not a word of this to anyone. I would like to avoid any further conflict.
Bien cansado por las clases, me imagino.
You will see me again once you return to reality. No matter what I say, please, help me keep this a secret. This is all to avoid dragging Granny into this
Estamos en
conflict.
graves problemas, chicos. O sea, reunirse con Capitano en persona es prácticamente desear la muerte. Si va en calma, puede que todo esté bien. No sabemos, o sea, algo que sí tenemos presente de Capitano es que es un guerrero honorable. Él supo que Mawika no tenía su poder y decidió no aprovecharse de ese momento. Él decidió esperarse a que ella recuperara su poder. Así que creo que en ese momento creo que sí podemos confiar en él, pero en caso de que haya un enfrentamiento, la viejera está muerta. O sea, Capitano es uno de los seres más poderosos que hay en Tebat. Yo también hay veces que termino muy cansado por las clases, Calextro. Yo también hay veces que sí termino así. Sí, pero lo que quise decir es que tengo un amigo que es adicto a esos dos juegos. Ah, ok. Bueno, yo no, si me hubieras preguntado desde hace mucho, si me hubieras preguntado hace un año o hace 2 años, te hubiera dicho que yo también estaba muy adicto a Genshin Impact, pero a día de hoy ya es normal.
Hey, what happened just now? You suddenly collapsed and stopped responding.
Estoy bien. Me sacaron el arma del cuerpo y por eso no podía ir a Paimon.
Hey, why are you sitting on the ground? Are you okay?
See, Lolly! She froze for a moment and then just collapsed to the ground.
Could it have been those leftover remnants from the Night Kingdom? Do you have any itches or pain anywhere?
Me encuentro bien, solo estoy un poco mareado.
Don't worry. We can take a short break. Sorry, I know I asked for your help. But had I known you were feeling unwell, I would...
Si están diciendo la verdad, entonces debían de tener razones de peso, pero debería confiar en ellos. Podría contar la verdad a Citlali y a Paimon, pero si lo hago, echaría a perder esta pista que tengo. Apenas he tenido la oportunidad de hablar con los hogares viento nocturno de los Fatui, así que a lo mejor será que no diga nada hasta que tenga algo más de información.
If you're feeling sick, you should just say so. See, Lolly should be able to, exorcise any ghosts or weird stuff that you picked up in the Night Kingdom.
¿Cuál recibo?
A seasoned traveler must know the importance of not pushing yourself beyond your limit. If you need anything from me, just say the word.
Gracias a las dos, pero de verdad, no se preocupen.
In any case, let's take a bit more time to rest now.
El celular ya se me va a morir. Llevamos 1 hora, chicos, y todavía falta mucho para
Need to
misión.
be more careful next time.
Feeling better yet, Traveler?
¿Estás
All
mejor?
right, let's get ready. I followed my phlogiston trail earlier to a stronghold guarded by soldiers. I have a feeling that Auroron is probably being held inside.
Oh, so it's close by. Then let's head over right away.
Perdón, nos hemos retrasado por mi culpa.
Well, I recruited you to be my helper, which means we're in this together. Like the wind and the clouds. But if you want to make it up to me, then just be sure to fight extra hard when the time comes.
Ya veo. Fer, puedes jugar Doors el jueves. Mañana también tengo clases de lengua maya y quiero jugar contigo. Ay, qué pedo me están llamando. Ya veré, Calixto. Tenía pensado hacerlo mañana o el jueves. Depende de cuántas misiones sean del Genshin. Si tienes suerte y todavía falta una misión del Genshin que no pueda hacer en este directo, pues sí, el jueves tendrá que ser lo de Doors. Pero en caso de que esto sea la única misión de Genshin, lo lamento mucho, pero sí, mañana tendría que ser directo de Doors.
Look over there.
Huh? Paimon thinks she sees someone in the middle of the camp.
Aurora.
That's Auroron. So he really was taken by the Fatui.
Ese es el mismo Auroron que vi cuando el arma se me salió del cuerpo.
All right, we'll take the lead.
No sé qué está actuando.
Hey, quit daydreaming. Don't you have work to do?
Costello dice que...
I cannot see the sun. Without the sun, I cannot see the truth. You are currently blocking the light, so I must beseech you to move.
Huh? Okay, Mr. Philosopher. That's enough mumbo-jumbo.
Wow. I'm going to rip that guy's head right off.
See, Lolly's struggling to control her temper now.
Vaya.
Are you ready? Let's go kick their butts on my count. 3, 2, 1!
Ahora los hubieran lanzado y ya.
You're still trying to resist? You've got no idea who you're up against.
No excuse for seconds in this quick.
Lo malo es que no traigo... Cryo. Así que tengo que matar al electro rápido.
Don't blink.
No sé si el dedo no funcionará. Muy poco, pero bueno, vamos a tener que atacar con Purina.
Out of my way. This way. Everyone will breathe.
Ahí está. ¡Ay, no puede ser! Que se más.
I see everything.
¿Quién falta?
Auroron!
Granny!
Paimon knows she's called Granny Eats to Lead, but it's still kind of weird hearing someone actually call her Granny.
And greetings to you too, other Granny.
¿Qué?
What did you just
¿Otra abuela?
Granny. Is that not right? You are Granny's friend, are you not? You seem to be approximately the same age as her, so I
A
figured
ese
you're
dice
also
la
a Granny.
de
How
repente
many
como que sí
times
se van
have
a
I
dar
told
tirones.
you? It doesn't work like that. There are a lot of people who look about the same age as me. You can't go around calling everyone Gramps or Granny.
Pensé que era evitable.
Wait. He's
No,
not
es
a
que
child.
por el hecho de que
Is
como
he?
Genshin acaba de
Don't
sacar
tell
su
Paimon he's
actualización,
one of
pues
those
sí va a haber
people who
lag.
look like an adult
No sé si
but
se
are
acuerdan que
actually
hace
only
tiempo
8 or
habíamos
9
hecho otro
years
directo de Genshin Impact. En ese directo no hubo lag, pero es porque ya estábamos llegando a finales de la actualización. Así que como esta actualización acaba de salir, la nueva misión estamos jugando la nueva misión. De hecho, la nueva misión vino con errores, así que es probable que sí vean un poco lagueado. Así que pido disculpas de antemano.
Your words have pierced my heart
No,
like
es
a
el directo,
thorn
es el
vine.
juego. Es el juego.
Given how hard those thorns are to remove, I may just need to find a pair of tweezers.
Why are you so upset? You can just say yes or no.
Of course I'm not a child. It's just Granny always taught me to show gratitude where it's due. And since the Masters of the Night Wind raised me collectively, I basically see everyone above a certain age as an elder I should look up to.
Habla de una forma totalmente distinta a la de antes, pero no parece actuado. Además, me pidió que lo mantuviera todo en secreto. Incluso dijo que era por el bien de Citlali. Entonces para ti todo el mundo son señores y señoras. Entonces para ti todo el mundo son abuelos y abuelas.
Exactly.
But if you keep that up, then everyone's going to be your senior.
And do you think saying all of this is gonna save you from a scolding, Auroron? Haven't I told you 100 times since you were a kid? Heed the 3 warnings.
Be wary of beasts prowling around, scammers looking for their next victim, and strange people who appear out of
Lo bueno
nowhere.
que Gohan se fue.
Oh, so
Vaya.
you do remember,
Qué
and you
específico
just chose to
comentario.
ignore them. I
Ten
always
cuidado.
knew that living on your own was
Calixto,
going
ten
to
cuidado
get you
porque
into
muchas
trouble
veces
sooner or later. But
ten
getting
cuidado porque muchas veces
kidnapped?
Gohan dice que
That
se va,
really
pero
takes
se
the
termina
cake.
quedando de directo, así que te recomiendo que tengas cuidado con lo que digas.
You won't always be able to rely on other people coming to your rescue, you know. You're just lucky we got here when we did. Or we might be launching another search and rescue operation to find out where they put your severed head.
No, ni yo
I'm
sé eso,
sorry,
patrón, ni
Granny.
yo sé
Be
eso.
more careful next
Ni yo
time.
lo sé.
Next time? Oh, good one. You think there'll be a next time after this? Not a chance. They didn't hurt you, did they?
No,
No le
they
tengo
just
miedo.
asked me a lot of questions about Natlan's terrain and made me draw a map of the ley line distribution.
Okay, now answer me honestly. Were you the one who helped the captain escape after his battle with the Pyro Archon?
Yes,
So why did you do it?
because they said they would need my help from there on out. They also said that if I refused, they'd just come to you, Granny, and they'd already figured out a way to make you do their bidding.
Hey, I'm no ordinary granny. Would they really dare to come after me? And you! Did the gods give you a brain just for you to not use it? Did you really believe everything they said at face value? And thankfully, the Pyro Archon only asked that we find the mysterious individual from the Masters of the Night Wind, and didn't slap your name on a wanted poster. Don't think for a second that she doesn't know what's happening. Even if the truth that you see will soon manifest into reality, there is still no need to preemptively panic. Have you...
I'm sorry.
Lo que no entiendo es por qué Auroron sí está trabajando por las botellas. O sea, sabemos que sí lo está haciendo voluntariamente y aquí solo está actuando. Pero... me pregunto por qué los estará ayudando.
Forget it. We can submit the details of this camp and the defeated Fatui as evidence of your innocence. Let's clean this place up and get back to the city. Auroron, you better remember this lesson well and seriously reflect on your actions.
Sounds good. Should I bring some of my homegrown
Your vegetables?
Yes, I grow a lot of fresh produce in my garden. I hope the Pyro Archon won't be too
El personaje
picky
sí
about
se ve
the
muy
selection.
épico, eh.
Now's not the time to be thinking about that. If you do come face to face with the Pyro Archon, the first thing...
Recite the 3 warnings.
Huh? No! You should emphasize that you were not in cahoots with the Fatui!
How exactly did the masters raise this guy?
¿Quién sabe?
Oh, right.
Ay, Dios mío, esos dos. Parece que no pueden resolver sus problemas en privado. Citlali los llevó a Auroron y a ustedes a la cámara asamblearia para que le explique lo ocurrido.
I see. So Auroron came to the captain's rescue because he promised to help him in exchange for Citlali's safety.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Now that you know Auroron was only trying to protect another member of his tribe, could I ask you to petition the Pyro Archon for her forgiveness?
We'll give her a full report. We'll let you know once she's reached a decision.
Will I need to stay here?
Technically, yes. But if Miss Citlali is willing to serve as your guarantor, then we can release you from custody.
Sure. I'd be happy to do that. I don't have any more time.
Understood. Thank you very much. Mr. Auroron, please report back to the Speaker's chamber as soon as you've received notice of the Archon's decision.
I understand. Thank you. And thank you
Ay,
too.
busquen otras partes, compañero, busquen otras partes. O pregúntale a un verdadero experto en anime, por favor, porque en Facebook sí está plagado de eso.
Traveler, Paimon, Thank you very much for your help. And don't worry, I haven't forgotten about my side of the deal. Once Auroron is settled, I'll go talk to Shilonen and get started on forging an ancient name for you.
Ahí le faltó una A.
Thank you.
Te agradecemos mucho, Citlali.
You scratch my back, I scratch yours. It's as good as done. You can just go twiddle your thumbs or something while you wait for the... come with me, Auroron. We've got to find you a place to stay for the night.
Goodbye, other granny.
Ay, qué amable es mi nieto. Al jugar por su cara parecía estar recordándome que no olvidara lo que acordamos. Dime dónde puedo ver anime sin que... A ver, puedes buscar en FLB... Ay, ya no me acuerdo cómo se llamaba esa página. Déjate, ahorita te lo investigo. En Netflix también. En Netflix hay mucho anime también. En Crunchyroll.
We're finally done. All right, it's time to find some grub.
Paimon, tengo algo que contarte.
What is it, traveler?
Llevas a Paimon a un lado y le cuentas cómo te sacaron el arma del cuerpo.
What? That captain?
Shh, no grites tanto.
Sorry. Paimon just didn't see that coming. So you really saw him in the night? Oh, that Auroron. What is he up to? He sounded earnest enough just now. Paimon would have never guessed anything was happening. All that stuff about protecting Lali and being forced to help the Fatui when he's actually been a willing accomplice all along.
Necesitamos más información para confirmar
Yeah,
eso.
you're right. Still, Paimon appreciates you telling her about this. Paimon will support your choice no matter what, so if you want to go, we can go together. We still have another whole day before the meeting, so we'll just meet with them when the time comes.
Ay, que se preparen para eso. Espera hasta la noche del día siguiente, 20 horas. ¿Qué está haciendo la viajera y Paimon? Ir a hablar con Capitano, no manches. Aprecien más su vida. Espero que Capitano se vaya de buenas, porque que se metan en un combate con él no es buena opción. Espero que Mabuika tenga a alguien vigilando a la viajera, por favor. Mira, una vez busqué anime y me apareció una... Ay, Dios mío, ¿en serio? ¿En serio?
Come on, enough procrastinating. Let's
Ve al
go.
lugar acordado. Mabuika, por favor, dime que alguien nos está vigilando. No quiero estar solo con ese güey. Mínimo con Columina te paso, pero tú... Ni con Dotore quiero estar. No, ¿sabes qué? Creo que prefiero Capitán en vez de a Dotore. Vale, chicos, pues aquí estamos. Tengo nervios de lo que pueda pasar, chicos. La música cambió de repente, tú.
Weird. Paimon doesn't see anyone. Oh, please don't let this be a trap.
Ahí está Auroron.
What was that?
Ay, ¿qué te pasa?
Good evening. Nice to see you again.
It's you. You shouldn't pop up from behind people like that. What are you, a ghost?
I'm terribly sorry. It's just a force of habit.
Ugh. And what's with you apologizing all the time? You sound so polite and honest, but you're actually doing shady stuff behind...
You're right. Granny tells me that too. Huh. Come to think of it, you remind me of her. Sometimes you two sound really similar, you know.
Oh, so you're gonna call Paimon Granny too now?
Well, I could.
Deberíamos ir al grano.
It's all clear. Over to you.
Excellent. The fact that you showed up proves that I was right about your character.
Lo único que me importa es la información que me puedas dar. Me da igual lo que piensen Fatui de mí.
Yet, there's been a lot of talk about you. Child told me that you're passionate about the unknown and willing to take risks. Rather than facing you as an
Ya
enemy,
veo.
I would much prefer to bring you to my side. If we allow the current state of things to continue, we will inevitably clash. And that's a scenario that I'd very much like to avoid.
¿Por qué?
I've long heard of your exploits across the nations. Though you have crossed swords with my colleagues many times, I know that you are by no means an unreasonable person. And once you've learned the truth that the Pyro Archon Malwika would never willingly share with you, you may just find it in your heart to consider my proposal.
I assume you've already been informed of the Pyro Archon's plan. In order to defeat the Abyss and save Natlan, she still needs 2 more heroes to appear.
Wait, how did you know that? Never mind.
Pero igual
Guess
el
that's not
17 de
important
este
now.
mes saldrá un evento en Blood Strike de Halloween. Pues voy a ver si participo. Me traumé y un primo que quería ver eso y cuando me acordé vomité del asco y mi primo tiene 7. ¡Ay, qué pedo!
I've long kept a close eye on her plan. To be frank, it's an exceedingly risky plan. Will the heroes really appear? And even if they come to her, will their power be enough to drive the Abyss back? If any part of the plan goes awry, all of Natlan, even all of Tevat, will pay for her mistakes. Now, you may have been led to believe that this is the only plan available to her. But what if I told you she's had another
An emergency plan?
Yes. A way to keep Natlan intact, even if her original plan fails. But given the painful cost of its execution, she has chosen to keep it as a
¿Se
mere
imaginan que
backup
somos
plan.
nosotros el plan B? Por el hecho de que sí es cierto, o sea, sabemos que Malwika sí nos ha estado ocultando algo. ¿Y por qué está siendo tan amable? O sea, no sé si ustedes se lo han puesto a pensar, pero Malwika está siendo demasiado amable con nosotros. O sea, entiendo de que por ser la viajera quiere darnos una buena bienvenida cuando las demás regiones, las demás naciones no han dicho eso. Pero ¿por qué independientemente de eso... ¿por qué independientemente de eso nos quiere tanto ahí? ¿Por qué nos quiere dar un nombre a una forastera?
Whether this stems from hesitation, fear, or even naivete, I cannot say. But Natlan cannot afford to wait until she comes to her senses. My fear is that given the enormity of the decision, she will be reluctant to confront the dire reality we face until it is too late. There will be no time left to execute the backup plan, and all of Natlan will be lost to the Abyss. We have to make the decision for her, here and now.
Todo esto no son más que especulaciones tuyas.
Yeah, do you have any evidence for all this? Just telling us a bunch of scary stuff isn't enough, you know. Besides, wasn't it you who tried to seize the Gnosis for the Tsaritsa plan?
Un momento, con robar a Genosis y tomar la decisión por ella, ¿se refería a la Genosis está relacionada con ese plan
I
B?
knew you'd be clever enough to see. That's right. I did not seek the Gnosis for the Tsaritsa. Since I was defeated in battle, I must put to rest my thoughts about the Gnosis. But even so, my desire to save Natlan remains unchanged. And now, I have found a new way to solve the crisis. We can implement it immediately if we reach an agreement.
Hay alguien ahí.
Someone's here.
Huh? The captain disappeared!
De lo
Something's
que se
rapidly
esperaba,
approaching.
lo que se esperaba del primero.
Something! Bad news, chump! It's your granny!
See, Lolly? What
Sabía que ella iba a aparecer. Ella era demasiado inteligente como para no hacer algo.
I knew something was amiss after we were separated. Hidden ceremonial tools, an unconscious traveler. I must say, I'm very curious about what you're up to. How dare you go behind our backs like this, Auroron? Colluding with
Quédate
the
hasta el
Fatu?
final de directo y averígualo.
Oh, here we go again. Cat got your tongue, huh? You really think you can avoid a scolding just by staying quiet?
I'm not trying to avoid anything.
Oh, and now you're talking back. Well, go on then. Explain yourself.
I'm sorry, Granny. I feel so guilty.
You! That's it! Where are my tools? I swear if I don't teach you a lesson
¿Qué
right
pedo?
now, I'll...
Tranquila.
Wait, Lolly! Please calm down. We, still learned a lot of info, didn't we? Like the fact that the captain isn't trying to seize the Gnosis anymore. So maybe just save the scolding for later, okay?
Eso. Esto no es lugar para disciplinar a un niño.
Listen well, Auroron. You're only getting out of this now because of the Traveler's plea. This is...
Pero qué tremendo golpe le soltó.
Traveler.
¿Por qué Wuhan tiene en la descripción?
Let's go.
Dice
We can discuss
ciberllete
this
del
more
calvo en
back
la
in the
entrada del
city.
disco. Yo
You
qué
two
sé,
keep
Gohan
an
siempre
eye
ha
on
hecho cosas
Auroron
muy
for me,
raras, pero
okay?
no me molesta en absoluto, así que déjenlo ser. Solo que eso sí, si se empieza a decir cosas ponerles mientras dice eso, ahí sí me voy a enojar. La conversación con Capitana se interrumpió en el momento más importante, pero al menos Auroron está con nosotras. Tal vez podamos averiguar algo gracias a él. Oh, capitán, mi capitán, qué pedo. Esa referencia. Bueno, ya tendríamos que hablar como Wicca. Nosotros somos... Bueno, al menos portamente nosotros dos somos el plan B, gracias. Entonces significa que sí podemos confiar en Mawika, pero el problema es que está siendo demasiado...
In all my years,
No, soy
I've
insistente
never
con el
had a
plan A.
child cause me so much grief. Do you seriously not see what's at stake here? You've got a head on your shoulders, Auroron. Use it! Why did you help the captain? And I want the truth this time. No answer? Think you're being smart? Then let me ask a different question. What does the captain want? What Really? You're just going to stonewall me?
Me parece que Auroron vaya a responder.
Just use your brain for a second. What do you possibly stand to gain by helping the captain? Only endless trouble awaits you and everyone in the tribe. You've always been a good kid. Why would you throw that all away now? If you're worried about something, just talk to me. Granny would much rather we had a conversation instead of constantly clashing like this.
¿Por qué nos
Why
mira a
is he
nosotros?
staring at us all of a sudden?
I'm sorry that you have to hear all this.
No pasa nada.
You're very kind. Most people would have fled by now. Not every...
Oh? You dare gossip between yourselves instead of listening to me? Oh.
Perdón, abuela.
Sorry, Granny. Sorry, Granny. You know what? Fine. I'm perfectly aware that everything I say goes in one ear and out the other. You're all grown up now, so why would you listen to an old hag like me? You say all the right things, but then you go and completely ignore me. Well, if that's how you're going to treat me, you can stop sending Aoife over to my place to deliver your stupid
Who's Aoife? A delivery person?
That's irrelevant. The point is, he hangs out with this kid, so he must be no good. You kids get to a certain age and suddenly act like you know it all. There's nothing I can say to get through to you. Auroron, if you're still thinking about that so-called duty, then please, just forget about it. The ley lines did not fall to this state because of you. And we've long...
Seems they've started talking about some kind of tribal history.
That's not it, Granny.
Hay algo raro en su
I know
voz.
you tend to get down on yourself when you're upset, but I can tell I really hurt you this time. All I can say is I'm sorry.
Le dice la Yandere.
His voice... Auroron! Where have you gone?
It sounds like he's somewhere super far away, but isn't he right here in front of us?
I'm really sorry. It's up to all of us to do everything we can to save Natlan. So I've got to go.
Oh, la torre, qué rápido se fue.
Get back here this instant! Auroron! What is this? Powder from plant spores? Is that the trick he used?
What just happened? How was he able to suddenly get so far away?
It's a trick of his. If you grind spores into a powder and spray it in the air, it can be manipulated to create an illusion. He pulled it off flawlessly. He must have put a lot of time into perfecting it. Don't tell me that's how he's been hunting in the fields these days. Oh, couldn't he have picked up something more useful? Ugh, little brat. That's it. The next time we meet,
Tranquila,
I'm definitely going
tranquila,
to break
tranquila,
his
tranquila.
legs.
Oye, tranquila.
Whoa, that's a little extreme. But still, why does he feel like he needs to run from us?
Lo peor es
If
que
his
tampoco
goal
quiere
is
contarnos
also
lo
to
que pasa.
protect Natlan, then can't we work together?
I'm sorry for interrupting your conversation with them earlier. But even if you'd been able to hear them out, there's no guarantee. Auroron probably did everything he could to get away because he knew I'd get the truth out of him sooner or later. Oh, that brat. I swear.
No creo que lo que Capitano iba a decir me fueran tonterías. Si no, Auroron tampoco insistiría tanto en seguirlo. Volver a reunirme con ellos queda descartado. Tal vez lo más rápido sería que el Arconte Pyro me confirmase de lo que dijo Capitano. Y además, la terquedad de Auroron te está haciendo sentir muy mal a Citlali y tengo que encontrar una manera de hacerla sentir mejor. Oye, ¿qué era esa misión de Auroron que mencionaste antes?
We've got quite a long walk back to the city. Let's take our time.
Bueno, la arena sacrofuego. Ay, ¿para qué me voy para allá si me puedo teletransportar? Por Dios santo bendito. Ay, el celular se me va a morir, chicos. Espérame tantito.
Do you two have some time? Feeling hungry? How about we get something to eat?
Ya volví, chicos.
All right, it's been a while since we last ate. Now that we can relax, Paimon just realized how hungry she is.
Then let's go. We can find somewhere to sit down and talk.
Ay, qué pedo, qué pedo, qué pedo.
Food and drinks are on me.
Ay, jugué demasiado la mesa. A ver, espérame tantito, chicos. ¿Dónde cayó la otra pieza? Ah, aquí está. Ay, Dios mío, todo lo que se me cayó por mover una... Por mover un poquito la mesa, chicos. A ver. Ahí va. A ver, Tanjiro, te vuelves a poner ahí. Ay, ya se te cayó tu espada también. A ver, y ponemos esto aquí. Bueno, listo. Lo siento, chicos, por esa interrupción, pero es que se me había caído un montón de cosas aquí del escritorio, así que tuve que acomodarlos. Así que ahora sí seguimos. Podemos pagar lo nuestro.
Really? You're not gonna take her offer?
Paimon.
Ah, that's right. See, Lolly has gotten a lot quieter since Aurora ran away. She's right. We're seasoned adventurers, so we're more than capable of paying our own bill.
Hey, come on now. You won't even let me take you out for some food and drinks? I just wanted to treat you to a meal.
Are you sure? We can save you some Mora.
Mora is the least of my concerns. Besides, we're definitely due a meal after all the time we've spent together. Let me get this one.
Muy bien.
Sure,
Ya que hiciste tanto.
that's fine with us, but Paimon doesn't want you to be sad, sweet Lolly.
Don't worry. I'm sure a juicy grilled steak will work wonders.
Ay, Dios, ya me dio hambre. A ver, vamos para adentro. Por acá. Todavía sigo pensando en lo que pasó con Kachina y Kinitze, que sus voces no se escuchaban. Ahora que lo pienso, no tengo ningún personaje de Natlan más que Kachina. ¿Qué humillación es esa? Bueno, en la versión de Fontaine, o sea, la nación de Fontaine, ya para la 4.1 ya tenía Neurit, pero ahorita no tengo absolutamente a nadie. Las tres entran en una taberna y encuentran una mesa tranquila. Paimon y tú piden comida y jugo y Citlali ve una botella de vino tras otra. Ah, ya se quedó borracha.
What are you looking at?
Do you see two people standing by the door? They look like spitting images of each other. Are they twins?
Solo es una persona.
But Paimon only sees one person there.
Huh? How could that be? I guess my mind isn't as sharp as it used to be.
Estás bien borracha ya.
Oh, boss.
Ya estás bien borracha, para.
She's drunk.
Ha bebido bastante.
There you go, miss. Oh my, it's not every day you get to see Granny Itzley here with some friends. Not to mention one
Y ya volvemos a estar así en boca de todos.
recently.
Oh, so you've heard of us?
Of course I have. Aren't you the ones who saved Kachina and brought her back? No wonder you hit it off with Granny Citlali. She wouldn't spend time with just anybody, you know.
Wait, so you call her Granny too?
Well, given our ages, it'd probably be more accurate for me to call her my great-great-granny.
Bisabuela.
She's one of the most famous people at the Masters of the Night Wind. Most days, hardly anyone even dares talk.
Huh? Gossiping about me right in front of my face now, are you, Chonka?
Oh, please, Granny, I wouldn't dare. I'm just beyond happy to see you bring over some new friends. After all, any friends of our regulars are sure to be great customers too.
All right, that's enough. Go on now. I'm sure the other customers would like to talk to you as well. There's no need to keep staring at me. I promise I'll keep my alcohol down until I leave.
Well then, you have my thanks.
Muy bien, no sé qué pasó ahí, pero bueno. Cuando la jefa pasada, Citlali se sirve una copa más y se queda mirando a la nada. Hasta parece que no está borracha, sino simplemente pensando en algo. ¡Que no está borracha! Esta tipa estaba segura que yo qué sé.
Citlali!
Who's that? You got some gall calling me by my first name.
¡Qué pedo!
Let me guess.
¡Ay, Dios mío!
You want to test your skills against Granny Eatsley, don't
Creo que
ya?
el único personaje jugable que hemos visto así es esa ébola. Pero mínimo ella está un poquito más controlada. ¿Qué pedo?
Are you still with us, Citlali? You're kinda talking to no one.
You
Y los
chumps
ojos.
come around here, picking fights with me.
Los
You know what
ojos.
happens next. You lose, and then run off home to tell everyone about how I'm this big scary bully. It's always the same story. You brats start it, I finish it, and then I end up with the reputation of being some kind of terrible monster among the shamans.
Parece que ahora está llorando, pobrecita.
Come on! Monster? Me? Really? What did I do to deserve that?
Pobrecita.
Citlali, you're not a monster at all.
Exactly! And while we're at it, I'm not some lazy slacker either. Between meditation, advising the chief, and speaking with the Wyab, I actually have a pretty packed schedule, you know. Oh yeah. And I have to mentor all the new kids. Hey,
¿Qué pedo?
kid. Yeah, you.
Yo soy recién llegada.
Don't play dumb. Didn't I teach you how to find Phlogiston? You see? I know my stuff. I'm a good teacher. You tell him.
Gracias por sus enseñanzas, profesora.
That's more like it. About dang time someone showed me a little respect. Yeah, Granny's a hard worker, all right. You can always rely on old Granny.
Ay, Dios. Finalmente se durmió. Ay, qué pedo con ese ronquido. Qué pedo con el ronquido.
Eyes open? Oh, jeez.
Behind this pitch black curtain, a chapter of hatred reveals itself. Behind the smoke, the lingering smoke.
Ah, she's meditating again. She does this whenever she's had a few too many drinks. Her mind's actually racing at this point. It's quite the opposite
Qué
of
pedo con ese ronquido, en serio, me dejó
Is
flipando.
this another specialty of the Masters of the Nightwind?
O es único de esta.
No, I'd say it's an ability that's unique to Citlali herself. While she can easily pick up everyone else's skills and tricks, few have been able to master hers.
Warning, warning. Red, red, the color of danger, has now arisen within that pair of eyes. Huh?
¿Qué pedo? Ya estás despierta.
Traveler? Paimon?
What's wrong?
¡Ay, no puede ser!
I'm gonna hurl.
Hang on, just keep it in.
Phew.
Acabo de eructar, qué asco.
It's past.
¿Qué pedo con esta morra?
That was
¡Ay!
Close
Dios mío
one.
santo, esto sobrepasa los niveles.
I'm worried. Paimon really thought you were about to barf all over the table just now.
¡No, los tacos!
How embarrassing. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. That's never happened before, I swear.
Pero si no
I've
le
never
hemos
thrown
preguntado
up,
si lo había
not
hecho alguna
once.
vez.
Are you feeling okay? Wanna take a quick walk and get some fresh air?
¿Qué pedo con la morra? Dios mío santo.
There's so much that I want to say, but
Ya
I
está mejor, parece.
can't.
Why not? Of course you can. Just say whatever's on your mind.
Please, Paimon, it's not as simple as you think. We've only known each other for a few days, right? What would you think of me if I were to start dumping all of my complaints on you after we've only just met?
Oh, Paimon gets it. You're hoping that we wouldn't think less of you no matter what you're about to say.
No, that wasn't my point at all! Seriously, don't you youngsters know anything about shame? I'm talking about shame! I've lived all these years and still can't get rid of it!
Actually,
Se lo decimos.
Huh? Tell me what?
yeah, this is as good a time as any.
De acuerdo, verás, Citlali. Escucha con atención e intenta no enfadarte. Momento lo que ocurrió mientras buscaban a Aurora de la manera más objetiva, imparcial y neutral posible. Pues Citlali compartió su percepción con ustedes dos. Un efecto secundario fue que pudieran escuchar lo que ella pensaba.
So, you heard...
It's okay, Sweet Lolly. You had every right to complain about those things.
I can't take it anymore! Why do these things happen to me? Hearing me mumble under my breath is one thing, but hearing what I mumble in my own head? That's too much! It's just like when you're rolling on the floor in your pajamas, but you forget to lock the door, and someone bursts in to deliver cabbages and sees the whole thing!
Vaya.
So that, happens to you a lot.
It happens to people in general, okay? Doesn't matter if you're 200 years old or 1,000 years old. Everyone rolls around in their pajamas sometimes. I was just picking something generic.
No parece genérico. ¿Estás bien? Pareces alicaída.
Take a walk with me.
¡Otra vez los ojos!
I have things to share
Me
with
encantan
you.
esos ojitos.
Looks like she's completely given up. Like those criminals who just confess everything and accept their fate.
Vamos con ella para que no haga ninguna locura. A ver, Coja me acaba de enviar algo. Espérame tantito. No, es algo de ahí. Es algo de lo que me estaba contando ahorita. Pero muy bien, sigamos, chicos. Voy a otro lugar con Citlali. ¿A dónde quieres ir, querida Citlali? Ah, está allá. Ok. Esta misión todavía para largo, chicos. Ya son las 9:30. Y esta misión todavía está lejos de terminar. A ver, si no sale protogemas es porque todavía falta mucho para terminar, chicos. Ay, qué pedo, ¿cómo llego hasta allá? Ah, por aquí.
Well, great view, right? I love coming here by myself.
Wow, it's beautiful!
Gracias por traernos aquí.
You're making me want to cry.
Oh no, what do we do? Please don't cry!
I was an expression, okay? A figure of speech. I'm just... embarrassed. Here you are thanking me. Even after you helped me all this time. Let's just have a casual conversation. It's easiest that way.
Really? You don't seem like the kind of person who keeps things casual.
Well, I guess I used to be more of a stickler for the rules. And you're right, I don't usually open up to the people of my tribe like this. I'm just an eccentric old hag to them. That story's been passed down so long. I might as well.
What? You're just a regular person.
The kids of my tribe would have a heart attack if they heard you say that. Granny Eatsley is a powerful figure. Be careful around her. That's what they'd say.
Ha estado muy aislada, la pobre.
You are powerful. Are they afraid of you?
Some are. Others are mad I always come out on top. A few decades like that, and people stop knowing how to deal with you. What about you? Are you...
We don't find you scary at all.
Paimon tiene razón.
That's because you're not from my tribe. You don't know how many delusions of grandeur I've destroyed just by existing. I make people realize that no matter how hard they work, they'll never become a living legend like me. Oh, not to brag or anything. Maybe it's hard to believe. Just pretend I never
Las
said
miradas
anything.
que hacen.
We believe you. Shilonen has full faith in your abilities, and Auroran didn't seem scared of you. He thinks of you as his granny, right?
Yes, but Auroran's a special case. Mawika already told you about her plan. And you've given so much help to Auroran and me. Auroran's not like other people. As I mentioned, he was abandoned as a child. The reason being, his soul is incomplete. The Masters of the Nightwind view this as a bad omen, capable of bringing about illness and misfortune.
Algo parecido
No
así
one
como el
knows who
Bennett.
his parents were. He was just left on a rock in the wilderness. It's a miracle he wasn't devoured by some wild beast. The Masters of the Nightwind believe they can see human souls. And in Auroran's incomplete soul, they saw a possibility for Natlan. A possibility to turn Auroran into a vessel for lost souls. The ceremony would allow lost souls to gather within him. Auroran would then be sent to the Night Kingdom to return the souls to their rightful place.
Wait, that doesn't sound right.
Enviar a alguien vivo al reino de la noche.
Now you see the problem. When damage occurs to the Night Kingdom, the souls held within disperse and remain adrift, unable to find a way back to the ley lines. This loss of souls damages the Night Kingdom even further. The ceremony can send back countless souls at once, which would benefit the Night Kingdom and the souls themselves. Of course, the vessel, Auroran, would be sacrificed in the process. I wasn't surprised the chief at the time came up with the plan. The ley lines were already in a terrible state. A suitable candidate for the ceremony appears, and now you have the chance to make things better. When the chief asked for my opinion, I didn't give my approval, but I didn't object either. So they went ahead with the ceremony. It failed. Pathetic, isn't it? By not objecting, I basically gave them the go-ahead. Maybe they didn't have my explicit approval, but it's
Qué
not like I
triste se
did the
puso
right
eso de
thing.
repente, chicos.
Of course, in my tribe, death is rarely something to fear. But what kind of message would we be sending by sentencing a newborn to death? It's not right. So, when I learned the ceremony had failed, I was ashamed by my inaction, and absolutely relieved by the result. The plan was never a secret. Or, I guess I should say, there was no point to keeping it a secret. Everyone thought he would be happy he survived. And he never really said anything to the contrary. But just as I was about to put all of it behind me, he asks this question. Would Natlan have been saved if the ceremony succeeded?
Ay, pobrecito.
But it's not his fault.
He knows that, but he still feels guilty. Auroron has a strong ability to perceive souls, more than any of us. Maybe he chose to work with the Fatui because he still thinks he owes a debt to Natlan. I can only imagine what they told him.
Traveler, didn't the captain say he found a way to solve the crisis? Maybe that's what brought Auroron into this. Anyway, we can't just let things go on like this. We have to convince him to come back.
Sí, eso debería ser lo próximo que hagamos.
You don't look so good, Sweet Lolly. Maybe you should head back and get some sleep.
Probably drank too much. It's okay. The fresh air is doing me good. Okay. Forget that. I need to go home.
¡No vomites!
I hit it a little too hard.
No te preocupes, nosotros nos encargamos de esto.
You've helped me so much already.
Sí, miren, es Crayo ella. Yo pensé que iba a ser
Thank
Electro.
Hey, we're friends, aren't we? Besides, you already said you owe us a favor, so you don't need to worry about us.
Good point. Well, I'll go home and get some sleep.
Adiós. Ten cuidado por donde vas.
Friends. I like the sound of that.
Auroron's probably back with the captain, don't you think?
Seguramente, creo que deberíamos hablar con la cuenta de
You mean
Pyro.
about the backup plan? Do you really believe what the captain told us?
La arconte de Natlan tiene que estar al corriente de ello.
Yeah, you're right. We should just go to her directly. But she's probably asleep. We can find her first thing in the morning. For now, let's...
Floja.
Go to bed.
Muy bien, vamos a ver qué pasa a partir de ahora, chicos. Uy, parece que aquí va a acabar. Quién sabe, chicos, todavía no sabemos si la misión va a acabar aquí o todavía se extiende más, porque yo de aquí no me voy hasta que la misión esté terminada. Y si llega a haber otra, pues mañana la van a tener. Y si llega a haber otra parte de esa, el día siguiente la van a tener. Guacha. Como están dormidas, por Dios. Tampoco es que sea algo raro, pero bueno. Sale la posada para ver cómo va todo. ¿Por dónde se sale esta wea? ¿Estará pasando algo allá afuera? ¿Qué está pasando tan de repente, chicos? Ahora sí, Lali.
Ah, you're already here. I was just about to come get you.
Wow, you're up early. That's impressive. Especially after all the drinking last night.
Vaya.
Let's not bring up last night. I'm embarrassed about the whole thing. Anyway, I was also woken up by the commotion. Looks like all the warriors from the stadium are on the move. I heard many areas have been attacked by the Abyss, including the Masters of the Nightwind. I need to head back right away.
The Abyss attacked again? Are you sure you can handle it on your own? Do you need
I'll be fine. We also have the support of the warriors stationed at the various outposts. Given the quick response, things shouldn't get too serious. The stadium
Muy
could
bien.
always use more manpower, so you should join the forces here.
¿Y qué pasa con
I'm
Ororon?
done making excuses for him. He's not a child anymore. He needs to take responsibility for his act. I was the one who vouched for him, so I need to report back to the speaker's chamber. I'll accept however they choose to handle the situation. But I should be able to convince them to let me go back to my tribe first to deal with the attack. As for the ancient name, once we handle this crisis, I'll talk to Shilonen right away. Don't worry. I never forget a promise to a friend.
Ten mucho cuidado.
Thank you. Alright, I need to start heading back.
Ya me cayó bastante bien Citlali. Creo que ha sido de los personajes que mejor me han caído.
The situation must be really serious.
Porque en cierta parte entiendo su comportamiento, ¿saben, chicos?
People are heading to the stadium. Let's see what's going on.
A ver qué tal va todo. Ve a la arena. ¿Dónde estoy ahora que lo pienso? Ah, mira, aquí están las escaleras. La Wicca. ¡Ah! Espero que lo haya matado. Moalani, Chaska y Yansan. Y la hermana de la hermanastra. ¡Ay, gracias a Dios! Ella sí tiene la voz.
Our star outlander has appeared.
¿Qué onda?
Oh, you're all here! But, what's with the whole Star Outlander thing?
Just my way of saying how awesome you are. We've got a real emergency on our hands, so this is the perfect time for you to show off your skills.
Alright, but can we get a quick rundown of the situation first?
The Abyss suddenly attacked the Collective of Plenty, the Masters of the Nightwind, the Children of Echoes, and a number of our camps and outposts in the wild.
¿Todo lo sabes?
And the attacks are increasing in frequency.
The tribes have plenty of defenses, so they're safe for now, but I can't say the same for the adventurers and merchants stuck in the wild. Chaska and I have been searching for survivors and treating the wounded. We just got back, but we need to head out again
Ay,
soon.
Dios.
I plan on heading back to the Collective of Plenty, just in case my tribe needs me.
What about you, Mualani? Where are you gonna go?
I'll go help the Children of Echoes. They're the closest, so I can start fighting right away. What about you guys? We could go together.
Primero tenemos que hablar con el Arconte Pyro.
Yeah, that does sound important. No worries. Just leave the Children of Echoes to us. Who knows? Maybe yours truly will have the Abyss on the run by the time you're finished.
That would be pretty great, actually. I hope my tribe gets through okay.
Electro,
It'll be
Hydro,
fine.
Crayo, Anemo,
Your tribe
Geo.
doesn't do all that bodybuilding for nothing.
El Aurora no,
Let's
todavía no
part
estoy
ways
seguro de
here
qué
for
es.
now. And most importantly,
Pyro.
be careful, everyone.
Es curioso que casi no hay, la única Pyro es la Mawika.
Need to avoid getting contaminated by dangerous-looking substances. That will make my job a lot easier.
Koichi, do we really have to do this now?
It's alright. She's just looking out for everyone. Alright, let's hurry up and talk to the Pyro Archon so we can help the others.
Vamos. Mawika, tenemos que hablar contigo urgentemente.
Oh, it's you two. As you can see, things are not looking good right now. People across the island are in
Tears,
danger.
Andrés, ¿cómo
Look, I'm
estás?
very interested in your recent adventures, but this is not a good time. So we'll have to keep our conversation
¿Qué onda,
short.
Tears? ¿Todo bien?
That's alright, we're also in a hurry. We're gonna go help the children of Echoes after this.
Vimos a Capitano.
What?
Le cuentas a Mavica cómo fue tu breve encuentro con Capitano y Ororón.
So he thinks my plan is too risky. He thinks I'm being stubborn.
La Genosis puede hacer lo que dice Capitano.
I shouldn't underestimate the Fatui's ability to gather intelligence. The Gnosis does have that function, but there's more to the story. I will answer you honestly, but you must help me keep this a secret. I can use the power of the Gnosis to save Natlan, but it comes at a heavy price. The Gnosis would drain all the souls and memories from the Night Kingdom and weave them into a giant net, which would surround the ley lines and protect them against
Pero
abyssal
aprovecha a ver el
corrosion.
lore. Ya, el lore está bien avanzado con 2 horas.
You can use souls to weave a net? But does that mean...
Que Mavica
Yes.
tendría que morir.
It means sacrificing their
Ay, no,
souls
no,
in the
no, no.
process.
Que esas almas tienen que morir.
Souls are just another form of life. The cruelty of this method is self-evident. The Night Kingdom not only houses the souls of the dead, but also our memories and legends. Using the Gnosis means converting all three into material for the net, erasing our history and culture.
Ay, Dios mío, sí es un plan demasiado
Even
arriesgado,
then,
chicos.
The net can still become corroded. If we cannot find a way to repair the damaged ley lines before that happens, then all those sacrifices are for nothing. Given the enormity of the price,
Ya vi, llegué
it's
tarde.
a solution I refuse to consider right now.
No pasa
I
nada, no
want
pasa
us
nada,
to win,
Tears.
but I also care about how we win, and what that means for us in the end. Now it's true, both plans come at a risk, but after weighing our options, this is our best bet.
Ya veo, pero que la Genosis puede usarse para eso. Ya entiendo, pero ningún arconte usaría la Genosis con ese fin.
Natlan is unique among the nations of Teyvat. Given the ever-looming threat of the Abyss, the Pyro Archons had to account for the worst-case scenario. Having a contingency plan is our duty. Not
Prepárate,
just to
Tears,
the
porque
people
te
of
vas a encontrar con
Natlan, but to all
Capitano.
who live on this continent. Still, this has always been a well-kept secret. I'm very curious how the captain learned this information.
Oh, one more thing? The captain said he found another way to solve the problem.
Without the Gnosis, he should have no other option. But I see no reason for him to lie. Seems like our only path forward is to track him down, so he can answer that question for us.
El arconte Pyro acaba de contarnos un secreto súper importante y parecía muy sincera. Supongo que la clave de todo reside en la solución de Capitano para salvar a Natlan.
Judging by your expression, you must have doubted me, even if just for a second.
Lo que deseo es que sea jugable. Ah, pues todavía se está decidiendo, o sea, todavía no es seguro. Sabemos que no va a estar jugable para Natlan, pero... ¿Sabes? Todo puede cambiar. Todavía no se sabe nada. Puede que al final sí sea jugable en Natlan o que nunca sea jugable. Así lo dejo. Se supone que sí va a ser jugable, pero sin el traje ese. O sea, vamos a ver quién está realmente detrás de ese traje. La verdad es que sí, un poco.
Not even a little! We would never... Wait, what are you talking about, Traveler?
Just as expected. I appreciate your sincerity. Maybe it was out of caution, anxiety, or simple curiosity, but know this. No matter what, our goal remains the same. So now that you have your answer, do you still doubt me?
Para nada.
You scared Paimon. You've really got a lot of guts, Traveler.
Te usé muchas veces de Furina y no dijiste lo mismo.
Feel free to call me Mawika. It's what all my friends call me, and I like it that way. As for the captain, the intelligence officers we assigned to the Fatui should be back soon. We'll get our answer then.
No pasa nada si tiene o no el
Sounds like
traje,
we
solo
just have
quiero
to
que
wait a little
salga.
longer.
Pues, lo más probable es que sí salga, ¿eh? Así te lo digo. Te digo al menos un 90% de probabilidad de que sí salga. Los ataques del abismo son el comienzo de una catástrofe.
Not just yet. Even though the Abyss is attacking several locations at once, I'm confident the warriors stationed in those areas can handle it. Don't worry. I just need to finish coordinating our available manpower, then I'll take a small team to handle the difficult locations.
Wait, you're going to fight in person? Didn't you give up your power?
That's true. I'm far less powerful than a god in my current state. But don't forget, I was an experienced and powerful warrior before I ever became the Pyro
Así
Archon.
es.
No matter how you look at it, my duty is on the front lines.
Estoy segura de que eres una fuente de inspiración para todos los guerreros.
I just think there's strength in numbers. If the people feel emboldened, that's just a bonus. Anyway, even if we respond to these threats in time, it's not a permanent solution in the long run. I've considered moving my people to other nations, but given their close connection to the Night Kingdom, a forced evacuation would have devastating consequences. I've told the chiefs of each tribe to strengthen their defenses and advise people against leaving their settlements. Now, I just need to find the right time to disclose the true nature of the crisis to the people of Natlan.
Paimon's a little worried about how people will react.
Mucha gente se ofrecerá a luchar.
Yes, but that won't be the only response. In any case, that's for me to worry about. I'll let you know when we have more information on the captain.
All right, we should head out. Maybe we can join up with Moani. She can't be too far ahead.
De acuerdo, Mavica, ten cuidado.
No need to worry about me.
Vale, vale. Toda esta situación te está poniendo muy difícil, compañeros. A ver. Vamos con Molani. ¡Ah, la pica! ¿Por qué está tan lejos? No puedas poder estar cerca. Vamos, vamos, vamos. Ahí están Kachina, Moalani.
Quick, over here, to safety.
Ahí está Silonen.
Kachina, how many people do you have left?
Otra vez Kachina no habla. Todos están a salvo. Platinum, Paimon, han vendido.
What's the situation?
There's a trapped caravan that needs our help. We need to rescue them as soon as possible.
We'll go together.
Yo también voy. ¿Qué tan lejos está? ¡Ay, Dios mío! Si vengo de allá. ¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué era eso?
Stay safe. We've got this.
¡Ay, qué pedo! Bueno, tomen, 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 tomen.
Check this out. That's the one.
Let the mountain's veins boil!
¡Ah, la madre! ¡Qué fuerte está estos tilones! Creo que le falta un crítico. Le falta crítico. Vámonos. White lie.
Letting great names echo!
I think Taikos. La verdad, Silonen sí es buen personaje.
I really thought I was done
¿Qué onda,
for.
Someru?
I can't thank you enough.
Don't worry about it. We're just glad you're okay. Let's see. Your goods look fine too. Guess the Abyss isn't after Mora.
That should be the last abyssal pylon near the Children of Echoes.
Muy bien. Fue aterrador, pero lo conseguimos.
By the way, where's Seat Lolly? I thought she would come with you.
The Masters of the Nightwind also got attacked, so she went back to help her tribe. She said we can deal with the ancient name later.
Yeah, that makes sense. The attacks are more urgent. Alright, this isn't a good place to talk. Let's head back to the tribe.
Muy bien. ¡Ay! ¿Por qué no me pueden llevar ustedes?
Stand with me. Looks like a few people were hurt after all. Oh.
The Abyss threw a lot at us at once. I rushed out as soon as I heard the alarm, and there were already so many monsters. Before long, Kachina brought over a whole group of warriors, and just like that, we destroyed
Bien hecho,
several
Kachina.
Padawans as a
Eres
team.
una grande. En realidad no los traje, solo venía con ellos. Pero fue muy buena idea hacer guardia de la naturaleza, de lo contrario no habríamos venido tan rápido. Dormir sobre la hierba fue bastante incómodo, pero valió la pena. No quiero hacer un aguafiestas, pero las cosas no pintan bien.
You mean the situation in the Night Kingdom, right? Yeah, I feel the same way. We've managed to keep it a secret all this time, but more... It's impossible not to feel anxious when things are getting worse by the second, and all we can do is wait.
Y seguimos sin saber en
That
qué
just
momento...
means
¡Ah!
we need to buy
Déjame
the Pyro
ver.
Archon more time. Keep pushing, everyone. Every battle is worth something.
You really are an eternal optimist, Mualani. You always find a way to cheer people up.
Why, thank you. I guess it's one of my better qualities.
He averiguado algunas cosas.
So, specifics aside, the Pyro Archon confirmed the Gnosis can resolve the crisis, but it comes at a huge price.
And somehow the captain finds out about it, goes to fight the Pyro Archon, and calls her out for having a solution but refusing to use it. Honestly, if he has the same information as us, I can't really blame him.
Ok. Tal vez sea demasiado arriesgado, ni siquiera nosotros sabemos si los 6 herederos de nombres antiguos se reunirán a tiempo.
We talked to Moika before we left the stadium. According to her, the cost of the captain's plan is too high. And, well, it makes sense. If that was truly the better choice, she would have picked it.
Yeah, I trust the Pyro Archon. When I was upset about Kachina's disappearance, she was really sincere and patient with me. Plus, she burned down all those precious mementos for Kachina. She's already proven how much she values even a single person's life. When it comes to Natlan's survival, there's no way she would hold back.
I agree. Maybe the captain weighed the costs and came to his own conclusion, but I'm sure we have different priorities. Life is important, but so are history and memory.
Yo estoy como Wicca.
As the Archon, she can't tell us everything, but it seemed like she wasn't holding anything back this time.
The next question is, if the captain found a new way to save Natlan, how come the Pyro Archon has never heard of it?
Sí, y además, no es de Desgaya. ¿Por qué querían los Fatui salvar Natlan?
This is all super confusing.
We still don't have enough information. Once we figure out what the Fatui are doing, we'll have our answer.
Let's head back then. Moika said her intelligence officers should return. With how many Fatui there are, someone's bound to give something away.
Sounds good. I have a few theories of my own. With a bit more information, we just might get to the bottom of the whole thing.
Ya veo. Ahora ni quieres unirte a nuestro equipo de guardia.
I was just about to ask. Count me in. If I was just a bit faster, we could have prevented a few people from getting hurt. People who could help us in the
Tranquila,
next
hicieron
battle.
lo que pudieron. Entonces ven a inscribirte ya mismo. Con los casos que estamos de personal no creo que te lleve mucho tiempo.
Register? Nah. I'll just follow you around. You know.
Bueno, sí, pero tendrías que obedecer mis órdenes.
You got it. I just don't want to make the trip back. It's so far.
All right. See you all later. Let's get together and celebrate once this is over.
No creo que sea buen momento para celebrar. ¿Y ustedes están de acuerdo? No es buen momento para celebrar. A ver, primero que nada, el destino de arder. Ah, mira, sí, va a haber misión de Arconte, va a ser. Va a haber otra parte de esta, el arcoíris destinado a arder. Así que chicos, afortunadamente mañana vamos a tener otra misión de Genshin Impact, let's go. Espero que la mañana sea un poquito más corta.
Moika! Oh, Chatsuka and Koichi are here. Wait, are you okay, Koichi?
I'm fine. No need to worry.
They ran into the Fatui while out on a mission and decided to follow them.
The Fatui?
Los patois han herido a
Calm
Chucho.
down and let me explain. Here's what happened.
A ver, va a pasar lo que va a pasar, lo que pasaron ellos. Cuando tú quieras.
Watch out. It's the Fatui.
Were they attacked by the abyss? No, wait. It looks like they're
Vaya.
protecting a group of travelers. Over there. Do you see?
You're right. That's a traveling group from Natlan. Let's keep observing for now.
We're glad you're okay. Given the appearance of abyss monsters all over Natlan, you should cancel your journey and seek shelter at the stadium or one of the tribes.
Thank you so much. I wish there was something we could give you.
We don't expect anything in return. We were out on a mission and saw you being attacked. If you truly wish to repay the favor, you can keep this a secret. If anyone asks, just say you were saved by warriors from Natlan.
Oh, okay. We can do that.
We're not asking you to cover up our activities. We haven't done anything illegal. Our captain simply wishes to remain undisturbed. Nonetheless, the decision remains yours. If we wanted to keep you quiet, we would have employed a harsher method.
Got it. We'll get going
El
now.
agarro directo de 2 horas y probablemente se extienda
Did you
3
hear
horas.
that? They mentioned a captain. Isn't...
Exactly. We could be onto something big. Still, there was no trade. They were just helping people in need. I didn't sense an ulterior... I didn't believe the captain when he said he wanted to save Natlan. But based on what we just saw, it's possible he was telling the truth.
Maybe we've been wrong about the Fatui this whole...
It's too early to say. Let's follow them and see what's really going on.
A ver. ¿Se imaginan que encontraremos a Chaska? Sí, era demasiado pedir. No, era demasiado pedir. Ah, sí, Calextro, tengo buenas noticias para ti.
They were headed. Looks tricky. It's heavily guarded on all sides.
¿Cuántos Fatuis hay ahí?
Koichi, wait for me here.
Oh, no, you don't. How are you planning to get through all the guards?
Look, I can use this terrain to my advantage. With our tribe's special way of getting
La tribu
around,
Pluma Flora.
I doubt they'll see me coming.
We still can't see anything on the inside. What if you can't find cover? You won't have anyone to watch your back if you go in a...
The more heavily guarded the location, the more valuable the secrets. Even if the captain isn't here, we can still figure out what the Fatui are planning. That intel is worth the risk.
Fine. You're not gonna listen to me anyway, so let me come with you.
No.
That's even more risky. You've been running around saving people for days. You're already at your limit. I'm confident I can protect myself. I'm not sure you can say the same.
I can.
You really believe that?
Fine, don't believe me. But you can't honestly tell me infiltrating a heavily guarded Fatui hideout all on... You know, growing up, even if I insisted on doing something, it never gave you any trouble. I'm not sure you can say the same.
Ya van a pelear las hermanas otra vez.
If we start arguing, this will never end. We can't let this opportunity go to waste.
Guess that means I win. Don't worry, you're not the only capable young person from our tribe. I can...
All right. Same plan as usual. We split up, communicate with hand signals, make sure our blind spots are covered, and support each other once we strike. Got your ropes?
Yeah, let's go.
Vayan.
The Fatui have eyes all over this place.
Ok. ¿Qué está pasando?
Now.
Moverse. ¡Ay, Dios mío santo! Y esa es la música de la escondita, qué pedo.
Not sure how many chances I'm gonna get.
Saltar.
Good. I made it without getting caught. I should get to that platform over there. But it's guarded by the Fatui. Koichi should have line of sight. I'll wait for her signal.
Ok, ok.
That's it. Now's my chance.
Acercarse rápidamente hasta abajo de la plataforma. Y de ahí ya desde ahí ya no la puede ver.
It's no use staying in one place. I should keep moving. Looks like Chaska is helping me by keeping an eye on the Fatui movements. I'll wait for her signal.
Ok.
Time to move.
Avanzar.
That was close. Probably can't make it over in one go. I'll wait for my next chance.
Ok.
Now's my chance.
Increíble.
I made it! That'll show my sister. Let's see. The Fatui's occupying all the best locations. If we could just get past them somehow. Wait, I've got it.
¿Cómo? 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 Lanzar esfera misteriosa. Ay, no. ¿Qué hiciste?
What's that noise? Did something explode? Oh, it's What the heck is that? What do you think you're doing? I could ask you the same thing.
Good, they're arguing. Looks like they just needed an excuse.
Vale.
The people on the hill over there left to help their comrades.
Vamos.
Come get me, Chaska. I hope she gets this hand signal.
That's Koichi's signal. Smart idea. Alright, time to move.
Muy bien.
Give me your hand, quick.
Coming! I checked, and this way is completely clear. It should lead.
Muy bien, pues vayan. No podemos desaprovechar esta oportunidad.
Well, I was pretty helpful, right? You know, everyone usually jumps at the chance to work with me. Not my own sister, though. No, she avoids me.
I was wrong, Koichi. You've done well.
Wait, you're just gonna admit it? Now I look like the mean one.
Ay, Dios mío, ¿quién te entiende ahora?
Let's focus on the task at hand. We're in the heart of enemy territory. The more time we waste, the more...
All right. If you're not gonna take the bait, then I'll drop it. Looks like the Fatui are here to dig something up. I'm surprised they mobilized this many people.
It seems like they're looking for a dragon relic called the Source Mechanism. The device is ancient. Barely any information survives to this day. And even people from Natland don't know how to use it.
Not bad. Looks like it's in good shape. This should be what our Lord's looking for. Took us long enough. Come on, let's get this thing back.
Back? Back where? Should we keep following?
¿Quién sabe?
You really want to keep going?
Of course. We make a good team, don't you think? No
What was that sound?
Uh-oh. We've been spotted. Time to go.
Falling rock incoming! Watch out for your gadget!
Ah.
What?
You'll regret that! After them!
Ay, Dios mío. Tenía que hacer escándalo para que la persiguieran, ¿verdad?
Once we got them off our tail, we went back to observe some more. They'd collected several identical pieces of something. It looked like they were waiting, though. So we decided to come back.
So, Koichi got injured trying to get them off your tail?
She pushed herself too hard and collapsed on the way back to the stadium.
Well, I didn't cause you any trouble while we were fighting, right? So my perfect record remains.
Todos los Atlas se mueven de una
You've
manera
done
muy
very
hábil.
well. I could make a comment on knowing your limits, but it's not my place.
I know. I'm already reflecting on my actions.
So, our current intel suggests the Fatui is after the source mechanism. The device is a complete mystery, even to us. What does the captain want with it?
I have no idea. But it's safe to assume the device could serve a similar purpose to the Gnosis. Shilonen, I need you to gather every scholar in Natlan familiar with the secret source.
I'll get right on it.
Thank you both for
Ahora
your hard
empieza lo
work.
chido, chicos.
Koichi, it's time for you to get some rest. Oh, and there are gifts from your patients waiting at the speaker's chamber. I've prepared a small gift of my own as a token of gratitude. I'll send it to your home along with the others.
My patience. That's so nice of them.
You don't need to give us anything, Archon. We were just doing our duty for Natlan. I should take Koichi home now.
Well, if Koichi doesn't want her favorite Saurus crackers, then...
I accept. Thank you, Archon.
Vaya por Dios.
What am I gonna do with you?
There's some for the rest of you as well. They're one of my favorites too, so don't be shy. I'll start investigating the source mechanism right away. If I learn anything, you'll be the first to know.
Muy bien. Yuhu, cosas ricas, dice Paimon. Ahora que prosigue, ¿a dónde nos llevan? Vamos a hacer la perspectiva del capitán. Y seguro el T-Rex está emocionado por ver al capitán. Ay, el logro, me gustó cómo llamaron el logro. Mi capitán. Espérate de Chasca y Chucho. ¿A dónde se metieron? Aguas termales. Ay, me fui de pasada. Abran, gracias. Arena Sacrofuego. Hola, Catherine. Ahí, llegando con estilo, chicos.
What's next for you two?
I'm taking Koichi home, with our parents there to keep an eye on her.
Hey, it's not like I'm some kind of prisoner. I'll be fine in a day or two. There's no need to go all the way home.
That's what you always say. Everything's no big deal until you collapse. What if the Abyss attacks again? You're saying if I let you rest in a hotel, you're not gonna rush out the minute you hear the alarm?
I won't. Triple promise I won't.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. On the off chance something like that were to happen, but I'm a doctor. I have a duty to help people in need, no matter how hard or tiring the work gets.
Es importante que estés en plena forma.
I guess you're right. But I don't have to like it.
This reminds Paimon of when we first met. Except you were the one trying to stop Chaska from doing...
I do the same for anyone trying to put their life in danger. As a doctor, I don't want people to get hurt because of a rash decision.
Then try to see things from my perspective. You clearly want to protect your patients. So can't you understand why your own sister would feel the same way about you?
The two of you are the same, you know?
I disagree. I understand the risks and costs of my decision.
Who wants to be like her? Overconfident, always making excuses when things go wrong.
That's just not true.
Ay, Dios mío, dejen de pelear.
Okay, don't get into another fight. Just pretend Paimon never said anything.
Don't worry, Paimon. You didn't do anything wrong. Arguing is just how we communicate.
Plus, I guess we are similar in some ways. Maybe I rush into things without thinking, but I learned that we're family. I can't help it if my older sister is a...
Okay, you don't have to put it that way.
So, you're all good now?
A lo mejor siempre los estuvieron.
Neither of us are really the type to back down, so we'll always have our differences. But still, we get along in our own way.
Plus, I know you'll wake up one day and realize I was right all along.
Be my guest. Come on. See you later, Traveler and Paimon. I'll be back once everything's settled at home.
Muy bien.
There's no rush. At least grab a nice meal with your family.
Bye,
Adiós.
you two. Take care of yourselves out there.
Nos vemos.
Those two will probably make up for real at some point, right? Well, we've learned a lot. Let's go over everything that we know so far.
Pero y tú analiza lo que quieras ser capitán y siente que están a un solo paso de, de saber la respuesta. Los pasos de alguien. Citlali.
Sorry for popping up out of nowhere again.
Why do you look so awkward?
Okay, I won't beat around the bush. Oh, and I'm sorry for interrupting your rest. I'll treat you to some charcoal grilled steak to make up for it.
Awesome! Just give us your orders.
Ay, Dios mío.
Friends don't order each other around. I'm just here to share some news. Remember what we talked about before parting ways?
Oh yeah, you mentioned how Auroron has always wanted to save Natlan. And some Paimon and the Traveler discussed it after you left, and we think Auroron is probably back with the captain. What do you...
I agree with your hypothesis. And just now, I confirmed it myself. Auroron came back. He helped the Masters of the Nightwind defend our camp.
Okay.
What? He came back?
¿Te ha contado algo?
I told him to give up whatever he's doing, but he refused. He said they're just one step away from success, so there's... Apparently, he came back to fulfill his duty to our tribe. When he left, he said it was because he still has a duty to Natlan as a whole.
I'm unsurprised you let him go at all.
I had to prioritize my tribe. Besides, the situation was intense. I couldn't focus on outside and inside threats at the same time. Plus, he was on guard. He knew I would try to go after him, so he made sure to keep his distance. I kept an eye out for a good opportunity, but it never came. All these years of calling me Granny, and I couldn't do a single thing for him in the end.
Don't say that! Your tribe all raised him together, right? That couldn't have been easy.
You're right. Seeing him come back reminded me of when he was little.
Ay,
Running
Dios,
around
qué
the
hueva.
tribe, dropping by random houses. He's not only a child of the Masters of the Nightwind, but a child of Natlan. It's only natural for a child to want to do something for their family. Besides, Auroron is my apprentice. He might have a few tricks up his sleeve, but I guarantee I know every single one.
Wait, what?
Look.
¿Qué es eso?
Remember how I said Auroron's soul is fragmented? This is the talisman I created to keep it stable. And this gem is what makes the talisman work. It just so happens that Auroron is due for a gem replacement. Since I can't get close to him, I put the new gem in a supply bag, and you guys know Aoife, right? No? Well, he's a pretty famous vet around these parts. He's always bringing me all sorts of things, and he happens to be very good friends with Aoife doesn't know what's going on, so he agreed, no questions asked. Auroron would find the gem as soon as he opened the bag. He knows how important it is. He probably suspected that I tampered with it. But here's the catch. The trick is on the bag. The moment he touched it, a portion of his memories were copied onto the old gem.
That's amazing. You can do something like that?
Impresionante.
Most people can't, but I can.
Eso es
That
todo.
trick he used to bring you to the Night Kingdom isn't anything special, by the way. My technique is much more subtle.
So in other words, we have a whole backup of Auroron's memories in this gem.
The kid thinks he can take me on? Like I wasn't the one who taught him everything he knows?
That's amazing, Seat Lolly. Let's take a look right away.
Once we get to the bottom of this, we can finally track him.
A ver.
I know he thinks of me as his grandma, but do you think he'll get mad at me for this? You can be on.
Huh, that's a tough question. Paimon doesn't have a grandma, so...
Es posible que se pague, pero los acuerdos familiares son normales.
To be honest, I've always doubted my ability to look after him. I didn't stop the ceremony all those years ago. But if I stop here, it will haunt me until I'm 500 years old. Every
luego
night,
llorarás.
yeah, you're right. First anger, then tears. Oh, wait, who are you calling a crybaby?
You're just making it worse, Traveler.
I need to look at his memory. Even if he resents me, I don't care, and I won't blame him. A family does whatever it takes to protect their own.
You sure you'll be okay? We can come with you if you want.
Did you just say you'll come with me?
Sí, ya confirmo que Citlali creyó.
We have a pretty good reason to see it too, don't we? Because, right, we need leads on the Fatui.
Deberíamos ir contigo.
You really mean it? Fine, you can come. Just promise me you'll see this through. No backing out.
Don't worry, we're
Vamos.
professional adventurers.
Then I place my trust in your... Alright, time to sneak into someone else's memory and engage in some...
Ya son las 10:22.
You heard it here first. I wouldn't be doing this if I had... Are you ready?
Sí. ¿A dónde nos lleva? Ay, mira, ahí está el símbolo.
Look how good you're doing. You'll grow into nice big radishes in the future. And you? Eva says you're taking up too much space, but I think you're a good tree.
Hey! How's it going, Auroron?
Good. How are you, Uncle Okanbi?
Can't complain. What you up to? Naming your vegetables again?
No, just some idle conversation.
Sounds fascinating. What did they say?
They told me you were coming and that you would take some produce with you.
Only if you're offering. By the way, I ran into Aoife yesterday. He told me Chaska's fostering a saurian at his place. Said the thing trampled over a part of your radish garden.
No, don't worry. I'll find a way for him to make it up to me. I've already wrapped your share of the produce. Here you go.
You really knew I was coming. That's pretty amazing.
Light up the smoke and you can see the path through the shadows. That's what everyone says.
Hey, have you seen that strange group of people that just appeared out
of nowhere? I don't think so.
It's the Fatui. Their leader seems like a big deal. He didn't bring many men with him, but they're all elite warriors. It seems like they're looking for someone, but I wouldn't go around asking too many questions. If you run into them, be careful.
Ya veo.
You're from the Masters of the Night Wind, are you not? Why do you live
El
here
Capitán.
alone?
I enjoy living by myself out in the wild. I guess you're from the Fatui. One.
Not an inaccurate description. I'm looking for someone who may be known to you. Citlali is her name.
Ah, así que buscan directamente a Citlali.
Granny? What does an Outlander want with her? I've heard the name. You have business with her?
There's no point to further questioning if you insist on hiding things from me. I shall seek answers elsewhere.
Oh, he could tell I was lying and now he's leaving? He gave up just like that? Hey! At least tell me why you're looking for Citlali.
It's none of your concern. I have my own means of tracking her down.
Why are the Fatui looking for her? What does she have to do with them? I can't just let them go like this. I have to figure out what they're planning.
Ay, Dios, señor capitano. A ver, le doy un punto por ser muy valiente, pero también le doy un punto por ser muy estúpido. Seguir al capitán.
I've just been studying the ley lines and asking for leads on Granny. I can definitely rule out some sort of invasion.
The situation has seen no true improvement. The Pyro Archon did not fulfill her promise.
My lord!
Ignore him. He is no threat.
Él se había dado cuenta de hace 4000
I'm
años.
following him, but he doesn't seem to care. He's strong, I can tell. But there's something unusual about him and
¿Será que el
also
capitán es de
familiar in
Natlan?
some-
What is it?
My lord, I feel dizzy.
A ley line disturbance. Certain presences have been forced to wander outside their rightful...
That was a spell from the Masters of the Nightwind. How did he know
Entonces él es de Natlan.
How did he do that so easily? Soulfaring is supposed to be extremely difficult. This could...
I feel much better. Thank you, my lord.
Think nothing of it. Stay vigilant, and continue to gather information. The Abyss could attack at any moment. If you notice any irregularities, assume drill formation and be prepared to fight. However, there's no reason to over-engage. Information is our first priority.
Yes, sir.
Why are the Fatui fighting against the Abyss? Do they really mean us no harm?
Ay, Dios mío. Pues qué intensidad tiene el capitán. Ahí es cuando fueron a enfrentar a
I've been
Mahuika.
following him this whole time and still they ignore me? Do they really not care? It seems like his subordinates refer to him as the captain. Never heard of him before. And now he's headed to the stadium. That's unusual.
You two, with me. Everyone else, wait here as instructed. Send word to the other teams to retreat immediately if this fails.
Yes, sir.
He's going inside? But the Pyro Archon is in there. What does he want with her?
Forgive me, my lord. Allow me to check one more time.
The time for idle observation is over. It now falls on me to act. This nation is out of time.
Yes, sir.
He just walked straight into the stadium. What is he gonna do? They're both incredibly strong. How long will they have to fight until someone comes out on top? Wait, this feeling. Just like the other day near the ley lines, it's faint, like a soul's trying to escape. Where is it coming from? Is that why he's looking for Granny? If he dies here, then all clues will be lost. I can't let that happen.
Ah, entonces sí lo salvó. Ok. Esto se puso demasiado interesante.
As for you, I must confess, I did not expect
Ah,
that
eso es lo que
little
vimos,
trick of
es
yours
la
to
vez que
save the
vimos la
day.
última vez. La última
No
misión.
matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. She could have dispelled it. She simply chose not to. You don't have much time. And you're injured on top of that.
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn out. You heard something from here.
No need to
Capitano
force
sí terminó
yourself.
demasiado herido.
I've never seen anyone match the Pyro Archon in battle before.
I didn't expect
Ah,
you to
Auroron es
intervene at
Electro.
such a critical moment.
You know I've been following you. Why didn't you stop me?
When walking in the forest, it is only natural to encounter wild beasts. However, not every beast has the courage to come out and bite.
And yet, one of those very beasts saved your life.
Then speak. What do you want?
I didn't save you because I wanted something. My soul is more perceptive than others. I can sense that the ley lines are extremely weak. I don't know what the Pyro Archon is planning. Can she really save us? The questions you asked her just now, well, I've had very similar doubts. So, I felt like I had to help you.
So, you can tell the truth. That was quite a reckless decision to make. I'm not sure you realize that.
There's no turning back for me now. What I did back there is going to get me in a lot of trouble. You attacked the Pyro Archon in broad daylight, and I used my spell to save you. A single glance was likely all it took for her to recognize my tribe. So, we're in the same boat.
Seem to care little for my thoughts on the matter.
It's too late for that. Start from the beginning. Why are you looking for Citlali? Do you know her?
Explain your relation to her first. I know you two are acquainted. It was obvious the moment I mentioned her name.
Citlali is my elder and my teacher. She taught me everything I know. It's my duty to protect her.
If you truly wish to protect her, you should have let me perish at the Pyro Archon's hand. Yet, you chose otherwise. Do I really need to tell you what that means?
I want to do something to change Natlan for the better. Something I can accomplish with my own two hands. You're stranger than anyone I've ever met. But maybe...
Strange? Citlali is said to be the legendary Granny Eastli, someone capable of communicating with the Wyab. And the Wyab are the key to information on the Night Kingdom.
Why do you need knowledge on the Night Kingdom?
That is not something you need to know.
Don't forget, I saved your life.
Do you not believe the Fatui capable of betraying a debt?
People can
Al
lie,
menos es honesto,
but souls
¿saben?
cannot. I can tell there's a weight to your soul, a sense of justice.
Bueno, también tiene
You may
cierto.
not live among your tribe, but you certainly know their tricks. I apologize for my rash judgment. Let's go. We'll see if you have what it takes to join my plan.
Ahora que lo pienso, Capitán es el único que sí, es el segundo que nos ha pedido una tregua dentro de los Fatuis. ¿Por qué lo hará? ¿Sabe? Porque la viajera puede cambiar el destino. ¿O será que no le conviene? Dudo que sea esa. Tener al enemigo porque, o sea, el capitán no puede eliminar fácilmente a los viajeros, así que...
By reconstructing the ley lines themselves.
Creo que ya regresamos. Reconstruir las líneas ley.
Traveler, Paimon. Are you two...
Paimon's fine, just,
Yo estoy bien. ¿Tú cómo estás, Citlali?
Of course. I'm just... Oh, I'm so
¡Ay,
mad
qué
at him.
pedo!
After everything, he still can't let go of the past.
Puedo entender ese
For
sentimiento.
some reason, he thinks he owes something to the people who cared for him. Stubborn, self-righteous fool. Where's that gonna get him? Now that he's all grown up, he thinks no one can tell him what to do? He thinks he can just run away whenever he wants. I'll show him. If he tries to run one more time, he's got another thing coming.
Maybe stubbornness runs in the family. Like grandmother, like grandson, as they say.
Así es.
Is that supposed to be a compliment? That kid's got nothing on me.
¿Qué? ¿Y eso qué tiene de bueno? Juan, ya es todo para que Citlali termine en el permanente. ¿Citlali es la que va a ir al permanente? No.
I don't even know what to make of it.
Ya está confirmado. No estoy seguro yo, pero si dice Juan, igual puede ser. Todavía no he visto los leaks de quiénes van a estar en el permanente. Sí sé que van a haber más permas. Pero, ¿en serio Citlali va a estar en el perma? ¿La van a mover ahí? ¿O va a terminar siendo 4 estrellas? Es lo que quieres decir. Porque una cosa es ser 4 estrellas y otra cosa es que sí lo muevan para el permanente. Espero que no, porque yo sí tenía intención de ir por ella. Y no tiene sentido ir por un personaje que va a estar en el perma.
Reconstruct the ley The loom of fate, maybe? But how does it help with the abyss?
The loom of fate?
Aquí está algo muy privado.
It's kind of hard to explain. Basically, it's a device from Conrio that has unbelievable power. Anyway, if he really wants to manipulate the ley lines, everyone in Natlan will be affected.
Capitano va en serio. Todo esto concuerda con lo que ha dicho hasta ahora.
Which means the captain has been honest from the very beginning. Auroron's memory proves that.
Why is he so obsessed with saving Natlan? Oh, we've got to tell Moika about this, right?
Yes, she needs to know about this.
Vamos ya mismo. Miren, al menos ya no tuve que ir yo mismo. Más allá del humo y de los espejos. Bueno, chicos, pues ya primero hemos tenido revisión. Mañana vamos a jugar lo que es la siguiente misión. Ya estoy alcanzado, así que pido que me den un pequeño descanso, por favor. Informa a Moika sobre lo que pretende ser capitano. Creo que esto ya es la que nos dará que entonces el arcoíris destinado a arder. Muy bien, chicos, pues hasta aquí llegará el directo del día de hoy. Espero que como siempre les haya gustado muchísimo. Muchas gracias a todos los que estuvieron dentro directo. En serio les agradezco mucho. Espero que como siempre les haya gustado. Mañana vamos a tener lo que es la siguiente misión, el arcoíris que ha de arder. Creo que así se llama la misión. Soy muy malo para recordar los nombres, pero bueno, chicos, no se lo pierdan, porque la verdad yo estoy muy intrigado con lo que va a pasar en Natlan, la verdad. Así que bueno, chicos, espero que siempre haya estado. No olviden dejar su like, suscribirse, compartirlo con sus amigos. Y nos vemos hasta la próxima.